Oops, sorry about that. Apparently I was muted. Good evening, everyone. My name is Max, better known as Light Pink Yoshi, and here I am joined by Melissa, bringing you another night of Nomi League action. How are you doing tonight, Melissa?
Doing great. It's my first time doing commentary, so I'm quite excited about this.
Got it. It is quite a good matchup we have tonight. We have all teams bringing out their heavy hitters. We've got Pio representing the Ephemeral Penguins, Andre representing the Rinshan Kaibros. We have Andreas representing the Peregrine FalKANs, and we have Julian representing the Destroyers. The big standing interest tonight is that the Penguins and the Destroyers are within 50 points of each other for that last fourth spot for the playoffs. And as we come towards the end of the season, that is going to be something that we definitely look out for.
All
Yeah.
right, I think we're just waiting for the players to start the game now.
Yep, looks like we should be getting into it in just a few seconds. Other things of note tonight, the Peregrine FalKAns are sitting in second place. Closed the gap a little bit the last time we were here, but still over 260 points down to the Triad in first place. So if they want to have any chance in the finals, even with half scores, they're going to need to pick up some points. Yep, looks like the table
All
players are
right,
opening
then.
their hands. It's going to be...
Oh, right off the bat, I see the dealer Hatsu uncle.
Oh, wow, yep. Great starting hand here for Pio as he starts with
Yep.
both two Dora and a Yaku. Going to immediately be looking to try to open that up, or just pick up as many points as possible. Sorry about that.
Dora
is going to be forced. So good evening, everyone. My name is Max. It was right, Andre, looking like a pretty normal-ish Tanya-looking hand. Maybe Pinfu if you can kill some Kanchans. Nomi League action.
Well, Andres, on
How
the
are you
other
doing
hand,
tonight,
has
Melissa?
2 Yakuhai pairs.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, those Hatsu are probably not going to be leaving Pio's hand, and he's not going to find out till too late that that Daisangan just isn't meant to be. And lastly, Julian's hand is a little bit tilted, so not the easiest to see, but it looks like he's got some nice shapes as well. Really wants to find a 3-mon.
There's the Hakupong.
Yep, Hakupon here for Andreas. That does move him into a relatively quick Ishanten. Would just be Hakunomi. Oh, that's going to be Pio fighting right back with the 1-pin chi. Oh, that'll be the palm for Andreas. Going to go down to a headless Ishanten here, but 2,000 points, nothing to scoff at, especially with the monster that Pio has across. Oh, a good draw here for Julian, who, if he can play this hand close, is going to probably run into some pushing from Pio and Andreas just because they won't be able to defend very well. Andre's hand looks nice, but probably just going to end up being a little bit too slow on this board. Oh, Andreas draws a Dora.
Oh, both Andres and Pio are headless at this point. Oh, wait. Yeah, headless at this point.
Yep, headless being not having a pair, but going to be quite important for both of them. Pio upgrades again.
Kan.
Yeah, just needs to fill one of those shapes, or just find a pair so that he can make his life a lot easier. Is that Tempai? No, it's not quite Tempai there for Andreas, but he does switch out the 8-mon for the 4-mon so that he can make use of the red 5-mon should it ever come to him. Julian as well is also Ishanten for fake Pinfu.
Yes, with potential Ipeco chance.
Yeah, and accepts the Dora as well, so Julian actually could catch up here. So the 4-7 pin is not going to be particularly easy for him to find. Ooh, interesting draw from Julian. Let's see here.
Ooh, saving the 1-man for safe tiles, I'm assuming?
Yeah, looks like it. It's also going to be Tempai on the Dora Tanki for Andreas.
Right. Oh, Andres made it to Tempai.
Yep, and he switched out the Tempai there. Not going to greet the Dora. Oh wait, never mind.
He did. He did
Yeah.
agree.
He did. He still greets the Dora. Sorry, I thought he reached for the 4-so, and I thought he was cutting it.
Wait, Pio is the same weight. These two people both wanted the grade.
Yep, we have 2 separate Dora Tankis. Both for Mangans if they win. Would be Hatsudora 3 for Pio, and Andreas would have Hakuchun Dora 2. However, those Dora, if they don't come out or get sumo, it's going to be quite difficult for them to win. So we're gonna see whether or not Julian can take advantage and find his Ishanten, because he could eat up one of those winning tiles and
Right.
just slam a Ricci. I believe there are still 2 available though.
Yeah, besides Pio and Andres, yeah, no one's holding them.
Oh, and there's gonna be Tempai.
Which also waiting for the 4-0 as well.
Yep, and there's gonna be the Ricci waiting on 4-7. So it's not Pinfu because of the East pair, but it will still be a 2-sided wait waiting on Dora for Ricci Dora 1 at the least. Pio draws the 1-mon. It is safe. You can't really do anything besides push here if you're Pio or
Exactly.
Andreas. So it's really just going to be who draws the 4-0. And if it's Andre, then things get funny.
Ooh, Andres is thinking now. Yeah, no choice for him.
Yeah, I can't imagine either Andreas or Pio will be willing to let go of the Dora here.
Yeah.
There's going to be a 5-mon draw for Pio. Yeah, I mean, you're dealer Mangan Tempai. You're Mangan Tempai in general. You just push. Hope these players understand that sometimes the best defense is offense. Pio actually does have a folding out. Hatsu obviously quite easy, but he also might be worried about potentially a Shosangen from Andreas. So maybe
Yeah.
the Green Dragon may not be the easiest thing to cut.
Okay, we're still pretty
Oh, and there's
early.
gonna be the sumo.
Oh,
It's
nice one for
quite
Julian.
abusing from our end. But it's just gonna be Richie Sumo Dora too. No Ura, but will be a Mangan. Picks up a nice 8k and gets a stick back off the bat.
A good start for the destroyers.
Yeah, especially taking the points directly from Pio's dealership,
Yep.
making him pay the extra 2,000 points. That's their direct score rival in this matchup. So you want to do anything you can to make them hurt, to make them feel the pain.
Indeed.
Looks like we're gonna have Dora 5-mon here.
Let's see.
Andre's hand looking quite nice.
Pretty
Looks
good
like
shapes, yeah.
Yeah. Could run for a quick Tanyao. Really just would like to fill some Kanchans. Andreas's hand has another Yakuhai pair. Unfortunately, it's Norse. That's not actually going to net him any Han. But does have just a relatively fast hand in general if he can connect to the 7-mon. Julian's hand, not the best looking in the world. It's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 7 types or something?
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, it's like maybe you hedge it. No, notably, I don't see anyone with any of the Dora. Not even
but
a red.
Pio's shape though is pretty nice.
Yes, I agree. Pio actually already Ishanten for what could be a Ricci Pinfu. And can actually even accept the Dora twice.
Dora for sure, yeah.
Yes, and looking for 2-mon, 5-mon, and 8-mon. But Pio, despite having no Dora and an Ishanten hand, could win Ricci Pinfu Dora too. We'll see if anyone can catch up with that. Andre gets another pair. That's 4 in hand. No, it's 3 in hand. I can't read. It should not be too bad to find. Andreas is slowly but surely upgrading, just looking to connect to one of those floating 7s.
Yeah. Well, now this is an interesting decision for Pio.
Yeah, I think I like playing the 4-so out instead of the 6-so. Yeah, it looks like Pio sees it, because there is an outside world where if you draw a 7-so, you can go for a 6, 7, 8 Zanshoku.
Ah! The
Looks like
Zanshoku route.
Yeah, looks like Andre does see that this hand probably is going to be a little bit too slow. Does take the 4-so chi. Gets rid of one bad shape, but still has quite a few bad shapes remaining. That's going to be Tempai for Pio on the 5-8-mon. We do see Andreas is still Rianshan 10. Julian, meanwhile, kind of missed it, but he did palm the Hatsu. Does have a pair of each of the dragons, but still just a little bit too slow. Andre with nothing actually safe at all. Just pushes out the 6-0 on the Yapatsu, but doesn't really have much of a choice.
Right.
Can't really expect a 5-mon or a 5-mon or an 8-mon to come out from Andre, though, given that he can currently use both tiles.
Oh, the 7-man. Okay. Yeah, Andre has no choice, no unpie besides. Oh, he can only push as a dealer. The red 5 ping.
Oh, yeah. Red 5-pin, definitely very important now. So now Andre is actually Ishanten for his own, like, decently valuable hand here. And that's going to be the Chi to Tempai. All right, that's gonna be Andre waiting 3-6 mon for a nice 5,800 points.
他要多啦多啦 yep.
Yep. So we've got 5-8 mon versus 3-6 mon, but it's gonna be Pio with the sumo. Just Rishi Pinfu does not get the Dora, but for a 1. All right,
Ooh.
1,000, 2,000. Nice little pickup. Get the points back that he paid out for the dealer penalty last hand.
Oh, it is actually Pingfu though, is it?
Yeah, it should be.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's the 9-so pair, not anything that's worth anything.
Okay.
Oh.
That makes up for the Kabuli.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Richie Sumo Pin for Dora. Gets not 1,000, 2,000. I'm dumb.
Or 1326.
Don't
I
worry.
think.
Yeah, 1,326. I swear I know how to score. Alrighty. This is gonna be Andreas's deal. Starting hand not looking too great. Looks like we've got a 2-mon Dora in. And honestly, I just can't see anything good even as he arranges the tiles. Yeah. One of those like we could at least be 13 broken, even though we're not playing with that. We do see Julian to his right has a pair of the South as Wind and a Dora, so could potentially aggressively open, try to pick up 2K, just move the game along, extend their first place.
Right. Pio though has pretty good shapes. I'd say.
The nice 3-pin Anko. And the 3-mon is really not as the 3-mon penchant is really not as bad as it normally is because it does have a Dora this time.
Yep.
Ooh, that's gonna be another helpful shape for Pio, especially if he can draw in a 6-mon. All of a sudden, his Shanta becomes quite wide.
Lastly, and Andre, yeah, 2 reds.
2 reds, easy Tanya. Definitely a hand that you want to open as fast as possible.
Great. Oh, Pio's draw are just so good.
Yeah, not the easiest actually decision there to make for Pio. I think I would have liked the 5-mon a little bit more. It's definitely a very awkward shape in general. Though that 4-pin does give Andre the Chi, and that was the only shape that could have given his Tanya any problems. So we'll see if he can pick up his Tanya with 2 reds. Andreas's hand, meanwhile, has picked up a 3rd pair, but none of the blocks are really, besides that one Pinzu block, nothing is really moving forward.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough for his dealership.
Yeah. Ooh, and that's another Dora picked up for Julian. Still looking to find that South Palm, but now could potentially even get South Dora 3 with it. Oh, that's going to be Ishanten here for Pio. Draws in the 6-mon. Now waiting, needs a 1-2-mon as well, or sorry, 1-2-3-mon or 1-2-3-4-5-6. So could even jam a Ricci on Dora Tonki if you so chose.
Yeah, I can imagine him doing that, to be honest.
Yeah, I can too. But at the same, but if you get a Tenpai that pairs something, you can always just take the 3-mon contract. Ricci +1 is generally pretty good. Not quite anyone finding anything just yet, though.
Nope.
We do see, okay, Andreas's hand is slowly but surely making its way somewhere. So if no one finds these opens anywhere anytime soon. Oh, there's going to be the Dora draw for Pio.
The best draw for him.
Yep, so that's going to be a 3-6-0. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, but a 3rd red 5 for Andre is now still Rianchan 10. But doesn't have to cut any of the tiles that deal in. So could find his way through fighting this. Everyone else, I think, is going to be a little bit too far away to really try anything.
I see 3-6-0 being held and 1-2-3-0 being held. So it's not, yeah.
Yeah, Pio has 1 and Julian has 1, and then the 6-0 are is actually 3 held, 1 in each opponent's hand. Oh, and there's another 3-0. That is going to be a little bit tough for Andre, though, because now it is a little bit tricky to actually get this hand to Tenpai without cutting the 6-0. Because if you palm, you're probably going to cut either the 8-6-0 block or the 2-3-0 block.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it does have to just keep pushing. I mean, you have 3 red 5s, and you don't really have anything safe.
So 1-3 and 1-6 left in the wall, I believe.
Yep, and
Oh,
there's the
small
6. Pio's gonna sumo again. Rishi sumo Dora 2. Nice, and Manga.
Mangan.
Have a shot at Earth 3 there. I think the 2-pin were actually pretty live.
That would be funny to see.
I'm actually looking at the board a little bit. I think I saw 3 of them just on the Discord file, so maybe not, but that's something I like to keep track of when I'm bored, when I reach. It's like, oh, where are my Ura tiles? All right, but that's going to take us into a very fast East 4. Knock on wood, but this has been a very quick game so far.
Yep.
But it's also something that you may expect from players that are overall on the higher end of the experience scale in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to have Julian's dealer here trying to pick up anything. Pio's come roaring back after that East 1 sumo penalty. He's taken away his first place.
So
Julian's
Dora
hand,
being 7 so?
yep, has a pretty good way of using it in Julian's hand with a floating 8 so and now a 5 so as well to connect to the 3 so. Has a couple of like trash floating tiles sitting around, but could convert this to like a Reach Pin Fudora too. Really just depends on where that pair comes out. Pio's hand not looking too hot. Does have the completed Dora shape. Maybe like a dream of a 789 Sanshoku, but those Manzu tiles really need to resolve, and a 7-pin is going to be necessary. Having 2 penchants is never that ideal. Another nice looking hand for Andre. Does have the red 5. Yeah. Red 5 in a completed shape. Good floating tiles. He's gonna end just not really drawing what he wants right now, though. And then lastly, Andreas.
Also pretty struggling shape for sure.
Yeah, draws a second pair. It's something. When you look at hands that bad, it's just like, what can you even do? You start wondering, just like, how do I even play this? Because you don't really want to fight at all with it, but you can't really just give up. So it's all right. How do I progress this hand while still being safe? Oh, it looks like Pio is actually full greeting the 789 Sanchuk, who just drew in the 7-pin.
He got the 7-pin. Wow.
Yep. But instead of cutting the 9-mon and taking the Ishanten, is actually going to hold on to this 1 so. Maybe has dreams of like a Junshan Sanchoku or something
Junshan
like that.
Sanshoku, everyone's dream.
Junshan Sanchoku is just a very pretty hand. It's very aesthetic. Well, but the 8 cell draw gives Pio Dora acceptance. That can shift that path as well. Very nice draw here in for Andre, who is the West seed as well. So with the pair of
Yakuhai, yep.
West red 1 red Dora, very reasonable hand to try to push for. Unfortunately, everyone's sumoed so far, so has lost some points through that way.
Still, Andre probably has the fastest hands among all here.
Yeah, Pio just needs 1 good draw, but that 1 good draw is a lot of difficult to find tiles.
Yeah.
Oh, and Andreas is up to 4 pairs now. There's a chance.
Yep.
Julian picks up a Ryanman, actually sitting in a nice Ryanshan 10 himself over there. Just needs to find like a pair. The pair is going to be quite difficult to find, though.
It's another pair. No, that's not another pair for Andres.
Pio, by the way, has filled in another 7 so Dora, so now has Ryankan Ryanman Ishanten for potential Ipeko Dora 2 or Pinfu Dora 2.
And I see he stopped greeting for that. Oh, there it goes to the Lychee.
Yep, no more Sanshoku there. You have to take the Ishanten once you draw 2 Dora. Is going to wait on the 2-mon with the Richi tile Suji. Let's see. I did just see one get discarded. It looks like there have actually been 2 discarded.
2 discard, 1 in Andre's hand, so 1 in the wall.
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like the 8-mon actually gets pushed on the Ipatsu turn by Andre. So with a decent hand himself, and actually now having drawn not quite Ishanten, still needs to find a connector in the Sozu, but does want to fight this. Doesn't want to just let this be the Pio Richis and everyone folds show.
I respect that.
Yeah. The 8-mon Ipatsu, though, may lead him into some trouble, because that means he's probably pretty willing to push 2-mon.
You're right. Yeah.
Julian has also filled his hand into a nice Ishanten. He needs to find either a 3-6-0 or a 4-7-mon to find a pair, but could also just reach the Nobitan, the 2-sided pair weight, if he can find a 1-4 pin.
Ooh, he drew it. He drew the last 2-mon, Julian. Decided to
Oh,
push.
yeah, there's gonna be the push. Alright, no Ura there for Pio. That's the one thing. Ura has not been. I guess Pio flipped the one Ura. That is going to be another Ricci Dora do hand. Nice and 5,200 points.
Hmm.
Taking points directly from the team he used to beat as well.
Yep. Now Pio's probably sitting at a very comfortable lead.
Yep, sitting at a nice almost 40k, 15,000 points above second place. After that one Mangan Sumo from Julian, it has been Pio winning a Ricci in every single hand.
Classic Pio.
Yep, you know, when he runs hot, he runs hot. Does have a Hatsu pair here to start on his South deal. We are already into South 1. Oh, did he forget to draw? Is that what that was? Is he checking? Let's count the tiles real fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, he is not
No.
Shohei. So should be good to win this. To try to play this hand out for a Hatsu. Draws the 1 pin, immediately dreams of 1, 2, 3 Sanchoku.
What is the Dora? It's hard to see from the wall.
Dora is gonna be 5 so. We see 1 in
5,
Pio's hand.
so,
We see
okay.
the red 5 so double Dora in Andre's hand, but unfortunately that hand has 3 pairs and is pretty clunky.
Andres has been have had pretty good values, but the shapes had always been struggling to him.
Yep, Andreas's hand actually though looks probably the best it has so far. And did Pio miss that Hatsu pawn, or he just decided not to take it? Because it did just get cut.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then we do see Julian with a Chun pair and a 1 Dora. So it could be possible that he tries to just stop this momentum, stop Pio from putting any of those big homba up that have not become relevant yet.
Mhm.
Oh, and now Pio has found his way to Ishanten though. Now it needs a 5 mana Hatsu and a 3/6 so. I have to imagine we'll definitely see him pawn the other Hatsu.
Yeah, and Julian decided to not pawn the Chun either.
Yeah, I think Julian may feel that his hand is just not quite good enough.
Yeah, agreed. Just keeping the pair as ampai.
Yeah, personally, I have Dora, I have Yakuhai, I see red. I go Burr. But definitely maybe thinking, okay, I'm in a good enough position this game. I don't need to take any huge risks, especially on Pio's deal. We'll try to get it back. We'll try to get these points back the rest of the round. Pio's still dreaming a little bit of this 1, 2, 3 Sanchoku, by the way. Holding on to that 1 pin, even though the 2 so technically gives him 1 more tile to Tempai, which I think is fine.
Yeah,
It's like,
same. I like that.
Yeah, it's a very normal kind of. Or if you draw like 3 pin or 2 pin, you can play out like Hatsu. Though does switch it out here once the safer tile
Safe.
thinks that it's a little bit too unlikely.
Right.
Andre is actually Ishanten on our right, by the way, but the only
He
issue
has
with
to cut the red 5
Yeah.
if he do.
the red 5 double door is always a tough sell, especially for what
Yeah.
looks like it'll be Richinomi unless there's something drastic that changes with the hand. Andreas's hand looked quite nice at the start, but just there has not been any sort of progress drawn. There's like a little bit of movement towards the 6, 7, 8 Sanchoku as the Hatsu does come out, and that's going to be the pawn for Pio. Pio's going to be 3/6 Tempai.
Yep. Okay, Andre has the upgrade to a better weight, but still has to cut that red 5 so though.
Yep. The silver lining here is that between Andreas and Julian, all the 3/6 are used. However, doesn't really matter
never
because
mind.
Julian just cut it. All right, gonna be nice 2,900 points. Hatsudora 1. And we are gonna have our first big hombo of the night.
Ooh, that 1500.
And that 1,500 makes a lot of hands look a lot more playable. But you have to remember, it's not like with Ricci sticks in the middle. You are the one that has to pay if you do end up dealing it.
Yep.
Pio immediately with a south pair, looking like he's going to try to add another homba here, but the rest of the shapes do not look very good.
Yep. And the Dora is 6-0?
Yep, Dora 6-0. Looks quite nice there in Andreas's hand. What do we see here? We don't see anything too great from Andre, unfortunately.
No.
If that 4/6 mod block wasn't there, then maybe you can dream of like a Shanta or even like a bad Kokoshi, but it's just a little bit tough.
No. Oh, Pio already started opening
Yep.
Looking
Gonna
for
go
that
the
Otosuke.
Yep, looks to the Otozuke, and is also probably going to hedge like a potential Chanta, but also wants to keep the red fives around. The thing is, Andre does have one of the Souths, so the double Souths may end up coming out. That pawn also got Andre a 5-mon, so his hand looks a lot more playable now. Andreas's hand, off the bat, fairly good again. Did just pair up the Dora. Could look for like a Tanya, but would like to pick up as many points as possible here. Is sitting last place just through having to pay out a couple more expensive, having to pay out the more expensive sumo on his deal. Now connects there as well.
Yep. Julian's hand's pretty good pingfu looking like.
Yep. Julian's hand actually already Ishanta and can accept Dora as well. Would be at least Richie Tanya, but that would be the worst of the worst draws. That would be drawing 3 so. Andreas thinks for a little bit. Gonna end up playing out the 9-mon, which gets pawned by Pio. Andreas now sitting in a situation where he could potentially palm the Dora as long as he feels he can get a 6-pin.
But yeah, Pio's extending himself a lot because now he doesn't really have a pair.
Yeah, because he does need to call that south pair to get to Tenpai, or to get a Yaku guaranteed.
Yeah.
Though at this point, all the tiles in his hands are wins, so he's pretty locked into that Shanta.
Yeah.
Ooh. Julian, by the way, drew an interesting tile. Now has a 7-mon Anko in hand.
Which widens his Ishanting, right?
Yep. Oh, and there's going to be Andreas actually filling in the 5 so. Oh, do we see the con? Yeah, that actually. So Julian may be feeling the pressure to try to catch up with Pio here, because this does make his Ishanten like significantly like less wide.
Nope, didn't find Tenpai. Yeah.
Tuso's not a tile that would have helped either way. Oh, but there's the red 5 pin. Not going to be able to get called by anyone, unfortunately, but that would be the dream draw for Julian.
Wait, that con gave Pio 3 Dora, right?
Oh, so it did. Yes.
This non-Nomi hand just suddenly made it to Oya Mangan. Is it Mangan?
Yes, it could even be even more. Get like Chanta toy.
Chanta.
Yeah, actually, he would need another Yakuhai, so I think it's pretty hard for Pio to get this beyond Mangan without like conning the 1 so or something. But unbeknownst to the table, Pio's Dora bomb is fairly safely diffused. This hand is just still just very far away. Andreas is slowly but surely drawing better and better Ishantens. Now waiting 147-mon and 5-8 so to Tenpai.
So, potential Ipeiko and Sangmanchang.
Yeah, definitely looks very, very good here for Andreas. Andreas. Andre's hand is pretty locked by that South and that Hatsu that he really just doesn't feel like he can cut into Pio. For good reason. Excuse me. Yeah, so we have the real fight this hand is actually just between Andreas and Julian, but Pio looks so scary that might just be a problem anyway. And now it's going to be Shanten for Andre as well. So the double South is definitely a rough tile to push.
Yep. But when Andreas found Tenpai, he will definitely push that, and then I'm sure Pio will pong.
Yes.
Break the Ipats.
Oh, yeah, well, actually, we'll see if Pio decides to pong, because his hand is a mess, and that's 2 safe tiles.
You're right. His hand is a mess.
Yep. All right, Julian does finally at least get like a side grade. Gets now a better headless Ishanten. However,
that's guarantee a good weight for him.
Yeah, seeing 3 Dora flip for Pio, though, I wonder if that was some immediate regret on that con.
Yeah.
Andreas with no fear of Pio, just cutting a 1-cut Haku like it's nothing.
He himself has a pretty decent hand.
Yeah, I wouldn't really be in the business of folding this if I was Andreas either.
Yep.
Still no Tenpai for anyone. We've had 3 players sitting Ishanten for almost a full row at this point. Oh, that's finally Tenpai for Julian.
Yes. 2-5 pin.
That'll be Julian 2-5 pin for the Ricci. It'll be Ricci Tanyao. No Dora, unfortunately.
Pio now does find another Yakuhai.
Yeah, so Pio now finally Ishanten. Oh, but Andre draws the Patsu 2-pin, and now has to decide what do you cut here? It's like you can't really only defend to the Ricci, right?
Right.
He does end up playing out the Suji 3-pin. Oh, and that clears its way for Andre as
For
well, or
Andres.
Andreas. I knew I was
Pong.
going to do that.
Ooh,
That's going to be the
Pong.
pawn. All right, so now Pio sitting with East, Chanta, 3 Dora
Still
on
manga.
8 so. Yep. Where are the 8 so?
I don't see any in discards. Or
Yeah,
in anyone's, well, one in Andre's hand, and that's about
yeah.
it.
Andreas? Oh, wow. The red. Oh, no, sorry, that's not the red 5-mon. Just caught the light a little bit.
Wait, what did the Pio drew?
Pio's drawn a 6 so, actually. Now
6.
deciding whether or not he can push the 9 so. Goes ahead and does so. So loses out on Chanta, but he didn't need Chanta. It's a manga anyway. That's another 8 so drawn. And it looks like Andreas has finally been convinced to fold by the fact that he drew a 3 so, which is definitely an awful
Yeah.
looking tile.
Andre decides to fold as well.
Yeah, though Andre's fold is not going to be particularly easy. Oh, this is going to be a big sumo. It's Ricci Tanyao sumo for the moment, but with any dirt or it becomes Mangan, and there is going to be one.
Mangan.
Yep, so no complicated food calculations, which is nice.
So
I wanna,
45, 25.
yep, and with the big homo, going to pick up quite a bit of ground on Pio there.
Pio got complete twice by Julian.
Yep, but Pio's still going to be sitting top dog after his South deal, which is really all you can ask for. Especially when I go into South as in first place, I just kind of write off some points on my dealer because I feel like someone's gonna sumo something cursed. Because realistically, since I have no incentive to fight, it just becomes so much more likely.
Right. Yeah. Last round is all about placement.
Yes. And placement for right now is the tight race is between Andreas and Andre, who neither of whom have really been able to do anything this game. It's really been all Pio and Julian just trading sumos. There was one unfortunate deal in, but really that's just been it so far.
Yep.
Now Andre on his South deal is going to try to pick up as many points as possible. The hibernating team captain finally come all the way out for his team to try to pull them out of last place, and it just, has not been going super hot so far.
Right.
Too much traveling, not enough mahjong. Ah, my voice is still sore from this weekend.
Oh.
But that is
Wait,
okay.
what's Dora again?
I believe it is South. Yeah, it looks like South.
Okay.
Fortunately, the glare is
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
but yeah, we can catch it with Pio's shadow or from the other camera though.
Okay.
Yeah, Andre's dealer hand does have a red 5-mont pin. No Dora other than that, and really awkward shapes, but a head is a pretty easy thing to find. And if you can just fill in even one of the conchons, the hand starts looking a lot better. Andreas's hand, like he felt like he finally got something worth playing last hand and just never got there.
No.
One of those hands where like someone would DM me is like, look at how many tiles in a row I had to cut just to not get tempai. His hand again looks like it could
Pretty
be
good,
good.
yeah.
It's gonna be awkward though because the weights are it's likely to end up being Ricci Nomi unless you can find a 4-pin. Yeah. Though with the 3 5-mons in there, there's definitely a lot of potential to change that around.
True.
Julian's hand is actually quite pretty. Sitting there with two completed blocks and really good floating tiles. Lastly, Pio's hand. If Pio really just needs a 7-pin, and then his hand looks amazing.
Right.
But until he gets a 7-pin, it's going to look a little awkward. Not sure I'm a fan of cutting 2 so there. I feel like I would rather just have the extra block there. Because what does 9-mon really do for you right now if you're Pio?
Right. That's basically 8 months your only pair at this point.
Yeah. And like you can say, oh, but like 7 8 9 Sanshoku. Like it's just like it's so impossible.
He's probably thinking about that.
He definitely is. We do see Andre is actually now Ishanten. Has found his way to a pretty nice looking Ishanten as well. Ryankan
Yep.
Ryankan Kanchan, certainly not the worst.
Yeah, but he'll guarantee a bad weight on Lychee for sure.
Andreas with a choice to make here decides to go for the greedy route of cutting the full Rihanna, now having drawn a fourth pair. Or actually, sorry, is not necessarily a greedy route, but it takes the Chito Ishanten, essentially.
Right.
Because he has 4 pairs in an Ongo, but could have even pulled the Toy Toy. Decides that he likes the potential 3-pin weight over the potential to draw the red 5-pin, though.
Mm,
Julian's hand has made some steady progress, needs to find a pair.
there. Still good looking Lychee Pingfu Dora potential.
7 months a very interesting draw. That's gonna be a pretty sizable like tile upgrade for Andreas, while still maintaining the Chito Ishanten.
Right, now have, yep. Good for him.
Pio's made his way to Ishanten himself. Still hasn't found that 7-pin, but could just get like a potential like Upeko Dama or something. Ooh, now an 8-month draw for Andreas. Andre's still just trying to find any way to draw these tiles that he needs.
Oh, now it's Ting Pai for, no, not Ting Pai, sorry.
Not
Still need,
quite,
yeah, not quite.
I believe Tuso should be the most efficient, does find it.
Mm-hmm.
Now Tempai on 4-7 so as well as 5-8 pin.
Right, just need a pair now.
Yep.
Is there
5-8 mon as well.
Sanshoku chance for Julian though? 6,
I
7?
believe so if you draw the 8 pin, then or the 4 so, then you can get a 5-6-7 Sanchoku.
I see.
Just need to find a way to use those like outer edge tiles as your pair. Oh, that is a wider Ishanten here for Andre. No, not quite. Now, looking at his hand, maybe regretting cutting that 7-month.
That would be a good weight for a head, for pairs.
But also just the potential, for 5-tile away Churin or something. It would be funny. Definitely not particularly likely at this point. Oh, and Andreas draws the red 5-mon. Now is Ishanten on a pretty wide shape. Pio draws a 4th pair as well. Makes his Ishanten just that extra couple of tiles wider. Oh, and now a Dora drawn for Andre. Has anyone cut those? Yes, we do see it's full.
I think 3 being cut. That's the last one.
So it's fully dead. Can't hold on to it for greed. Ooh, another good draw here for Andreas, but you can only side grade so many times before it's just like, just give me Tempai. Speaking of which, not quite Tempai here.
No, still not it.
Yeah, I believe it is wider to cut the 7-mon, but it's on average cheaper.
I see.
There's also some Furrington outs if you draw, like, say, the 3 so.
7 so cut.
Yeah, may have gotten confused there, because now that with the additional tiles in Sozu, I believe now he really only has the Pinzu to extend
5-8, yeah, that's 5-8 ping.
And now there's no longer any shot at Sancho for Julian as well. Definitely one of those Ishantens that's like very difficult to parse. Oh, and finally that's going to be Tempai for Andre. We'll see if he wants to wait on a 3-pin or sorry, on a 4-pin or a 6-pin.
4 or 6. You leave on the 6.
Yep, I'm going to reach the 3-pin. Goes ahead and takes the Nakasuji. It's just like it's kind of fake, right? Because it's the Riichi tile Suji, but he did cut a 9-pin earlier. So someone with no like good defensive measures may decide, 6-pin's my best bet.
Right. He's the dealer, so he beats Dora definitely.
And we do see Julian playing around this. Draws the 1-pin on the Apatu, which looks absolutely horrid. Now Pio looking at this Hatsu, like, oh, can I push this? Doesn't feel like it. Especially for first place, there's not really any need to. Because Andre is so far down that like even a dealer manga like just puts him, in the conversation for first place.
I believe there's still there's only 1 pin, 1/6. Wait, no, our 6 pins are gone. I think.
Yeah. Has there been one discarded or no? I can't. Yep, it
one
looks
discarded.
like.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
yeah. So
in
they
Pio's
are
hand.
all held.
Yeah.
And the last one sitting there, and Julian's now a Tempai hand. Would have to jam a pretty bad weight.
5-pin, 6-mon, Shampoo.
Yeah, the 1-pin just looks so bad, especially with a late 3-pin Riichi.
Oh, that 4-pin draw. Oh.
Yeah, but Julian, by playing the 9 so, leaves himself a pretty reasonable route to get back to Tempai. But yeah, that 4-pin drop, unfortunately for Andre, does miss the sumo. Just seems like
Yeah.
that's kind of the way the season's been going for the Rinshan Kaibros.
I know.
I'm getting towards the end here. I don't expect anyone to be dealing in. So the question is really just, can Julian get Tempai?
Right. To get
Andreas has also
1500.
held his Ishanten here this whole time. So had the option there to chi the 4-pin to Tempai for no Yaku, but definitely would have been a pretty sketchy push to push the either the 2 or
Right.
the 3-mon. Oh, but nope. Okay, does not cheat the 4-mon either. All right, that's gonna be everyone. No, everyone but Andre Noten. They'll pick up a nice 1,000 points from everyone and add 1,500 to the pot.
Right. And it does give him some space to Andres.
Yeah, that nice like 3K swing on everyone.
Hmm.
But I mean, if Andreas wins this hand, like it's guaranteed to be at least 3,500. So you're gonna need to do a little bit more work.
Oh, hard to pair at the first glance.
Yeah, Hatsu pair, one red Dora, pretty nice looking shapes overall. Maybe like
Definitely.
a 4-5-6 Sanshoku, something that you can kind of see from far away. Looks like the door is west. I looking around, I see Pio with one in hand, and it shouldn't pair, so maybe we can get some shenanigans. But Pio's hand looks pretty chanta. So yeah,
Mm.
door is definitely gonna be a tile he holds on to. Andreas's hand not looking too bad either.
Pretty good shapes.
Oh, as
Oh.
we see Pio immediately with the one so pawn.
Oh.
Sees this
Oh,
chanta
he's
and
going
wants
full
it.
chanta.
Yeah. Wants the homba, wants the Richi stick, and wants the game to start moving. When
Mm-hmm.
you're in first place, there's nothing better than just like eliminating one more hand of variance. Yeah, Andreas is.
Julian.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, go for it.
Now I was about to say Julian holds. He's the west, and he has one tile of the door west. So if he gets to pair that up, then it's a powerful hand for Julian.
Yeah, if you can get a West pawn into this hand for Julian, then the rest of the shapes look quite nice for calling. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, without the West, this hand looks like it's destined to just be Richinomi on a pretty bad Shan pawn.
Yeah.
Though that 6-pin draw does leave some hope, an outside hope for a Sanshoku.
Sanshoku 678 Sanshoku.
Every
Everything is about
hand,
Sanshoku.
every hand is Sanshoku. The sooner everyone accepts that, the better they will be. If you have 4 or 5 tiles to a Sanshoku, you're not doing yourself any favors by not looking for it.
Right.
Though it is going to be the Shanten here for Julian. Even reaching Nomi here is really not that bad, given that there's 2,500 points in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So his hand would immediately become at least 3,800 and could add a decent chunk of that with Ura or Sumo or both.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I the Lychee, the Kan 17 here.
Yeah. That I imagine if he draws the 7-pin, we're absolutely going to see a Ricci, especially because
Yeah.
Pio's already open. Pio, by the way, progressing quite nicely. Did give up on the Dora, but is he Shanten for Chanta Sanshoku?
Sanshoku, oh my god.
It's all Sanshoku,
Yo.
always has been.
Ah, Sanshoku loves him. Oh, he drew
Sanshoku
the
is always good.
9-pin. Oh my god.
Wow, Tenpai for Pio on the 7
Oh,
so.
I see
Chanta
3 are
Sanshoku,
being held. 3
2K plus 2,500, yeah. But, and that is, we do see, by the way, 4 pairs in Andreas' hand. If he pairs the 5-mon, we'll see whether or not he wants to wait on Hatsu or Pei, but both are very strong Chichoi weights.
Right.
And if he pairs one of the honors, I imagine we'll see the greed for the red 5.
Here.
I think Julian is weighing. Does he want the Dora or does he want Sanshoku? This 8-mon actually does help quite a bit because if you draw the 7-mon, you can play 9-mon, and then all of a sudden you have a headless Ishanten. Oh, decides that he's maybe a little bit worried about Pio.
Okay.
Or maybe even just like thinking, oh, I can make this like a Chinitsu. Or a Honitsu with Dora.
Honitsu, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and that's gonna be the 7th Zodio, and
Okay.
Pio almost missed it. Was just so out of his mind. Andreas was very close, Andreas was very close to taking the draw there.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate for Andre. Well, that is going to be his points his hard-earned points.
Okay, now we're moving to South 3.
Yep. Is it South 3? Oh, wow, it is already South
Yeah.
3.
Yep.
Even with 2 South repeats.
I know. Pretty fast game.
Yeah. Let's see, this is do or die time here for Andreas on his last deal in last plays, but
I
just
don't see this high.
this this hand is one of those where it's just like,
Oof.
all right, game. What do you want from me?
Yeah,
like
pretty
what
desperate.
like what did I do? Like, this is where I just start complaining, and I
I
hope
know.
that like complaining works because usually complaining is pretty good for making progress.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, Julian is already sitting Ishanten. Not like a great Ishanten, but it is Ishanten.
Yeah, but accepts Dora as well.
Yep, and now it's a better Ishanten.
Battery shouting. Yep.
And a potential for 678 Sanshoku.
Yep.
I love Sanshoku. It's the best Yaku.
Agreed.
Other hands, we do see 3 pairs in Pio's hand. Could potentially just call it down for Tanya. Just try to get this game into all last. The difference between being 11k up and 12k up on Julian is actually pretty significant because, or like 11,200 and 12,200.
Right, Mangan Smo of the Captain.
Yeah, or it'd be Mangan Ron because Julian's
Oh,
the last
Mangan Roll,
dealer.
yeah, Julian the last.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, dealer, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Though Pio looks like he's just moving towards like a potential like Ruchi Pinfu or Dama Pinfu. Oh, Andre's hand
Andre
though.
Honitsu or Chinitsu, looking pretty great.
Yeah, looks very, very good actually.
Yeah.
3 pairs, the red 5, so we'll be a Hanuman if you can make this get there. Well, make this get there as a Chinitsu. And that 8 pin's looking. Oh, another good tile.
I like this hand.
That 8 pin is looking very loose there in Pio's hand. Andreas really just still not drawing much of anything. We do still see Julian just kind of drawing and discarding. He hasn't really upgraded anything in any way.
The only hope I see for Andres is the Sozu Itsu
Yeah.
for potential value.
Yeah. The curse thing here is that if Julian actually does get the 6 pin upgrade, it's going to end up being a 9 pin that gets dealt into Andres Ishanten. Oh, there's the 9 pin. All right, Tempai with no overflow for Andre. Does cut the double salt though. It's usually the last tile you hold on to if you're Honitsu. So maybe people will be very aware.
Signed. Yeah.
Oh, very good draw here for Julian. Makes his Ishanten look a lot better. Doesn't have to push anything too cursed. Just a 2 Sovets Genbutsu to Andre.
Right. Did I? Oh no, never mind. I thought I lagged.
No. It's like they're very good at like staying frozen. Like there's very little like unnecessary movement from all the players.
Right.
So like sometimes it just makes you think that the camera's turned off.
Ooh, is it a better weight?
Andre does have the opportunity here to change. I think I do like changing here.
Yeah, with 1-4 ping.
Yeah, the thing is like you have to overflow either way.
Right.
Yeah. The other thing that I was considering actually was that you could play 2 pin and go for Toy for Paimon.
Oh, that's another level of grade.
But I mean, like if you draw an Anko, you know, it's like it's not like the worst thing in the world.
No, agreed.
We do see still Ishanten here for Julian, just trying to slowly but safely make his way towards Tempai.
Right, and he doesn't have to toss anything dangerous.
Yep, and Andreas is actually no, still not quite Ishanten.
Ooh, push the 7 pin. Sorry.
7 pin was pushed.
Yep.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Really, no respect there, huh? Because that could have been the weight if the 2 pin was cut instead.
Yeah. Yep.
See, this is why you greet. Results-oriented thinking. Oh, all right. Gonna be Pinfu. Will we see a Richi into an open Chinitsu that's overflowed for just Pinfu Nomi? This could be a Dama. It's gonna be a Richi.
For 7 man. Let's go.
Interesting that he decided to cut the 6 mon there instead of the 9-mon. Not really sure what that one's about, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Oh my god, Andre, backfire fire. Oh, that hurts.
Now, Andre has the option here to cut 3-pin. I believe it'd be a Furryton weight on 1, 2, 4, 5, 7-pin.
Yeah. What would you take?
No,
Like
I want to
that.
be able to run.
Okay. Yeah, push. Yeah, toss
Yep.
back the 6-pin. Yep.
You just have to. The only other
Yeah.
option there is to play like 2-pin, but then your weight's 3,
Yeah.
6-pin, and it's kind of awful. Andreas really can't do anything here besides just fold. Sand is just not very good. However, he is Ishanten himself, but more than likely would have to push a 1-pin. Actually, I guess you could connect a 2-pin, right?
2-pin, yeah.
Yeah, that's not the worst thing in the world to try to do. You do see 9-so immediately pushed by Andre. No fear. That is Tempai for Andreas. Would be reaching Nomi on a 2-pin Kanchan.
Nope, decide not to take it.
Yeah, plays
I
the
wouldn't
Genbutsu
do. I
6-pin.
wouldn't
I
do
agree. Even as dealer, even in last plays, that you're asking
Yeah.
for way too much trouble there. And his team's in a good enough position that like a small fourth like this isn't going to tank them.
Great.
Good discipline on his part though to play a frustrating game here where he hasn't been able to get anything and still be able to decide, it's not worth like immediate frustration. Especially
Yeah.
I think but this is going to be a bit different, I think. 1-pin definitely looks quite bad. However, this could win on the Dora. Because it would wait 4-so, 5-so. And 5-so is also not a tile you really want to push.
But he'll have to push the 1-pin though.
Yeah, 1-pin and 5-so are both like borderline unpushable tiles here. But 1-pin even looks terrible to Julian, so you might even think you're getting double roamed.
Right.
However, you are dealer, you are Tempai, and you can get even a Mongon if you can get the red 5-so.
Yep, and you have a good weight.
Yeah. Oh, and that's going to be the Ricci. Yep, okay. That's going to be the Hanuman Dealan. Shows the red 5-pin, which is the last thing Andreas wanted to see. 12k Dealan. And that'll take us into all last. The good news for Pio there, actually, is the fact that Julian loses the Ricci stick. So, by doing nothing, he is now outside of Mungon.
Wrong, yeah.
Julian running someone else for a Mungon. That being said, there is no Agariyame, I believe. So even if Julian overtakes Pio, he will have to continue. And if it's by that slim of a margin, then Pio could even just sumo. Though Julian's hand, we do have 8-pin Dora. Julian's hand looks quite interesting. It's one of those where it's like, it's not necessarily good, but it is interesting.
It can be fast too, if you choose the right tile.
Yeah, you have to be able to find like the 2-mon and the 2-pin, I think. As well as your Haku Palm. Ooh, that's a 3-mon. That's going to be 4 pairs as well. Could I even potentially look at this for a Toy? We do see Pio knocking down a Chun in his hand. I believe Andre was probably excited when he saw that, given that he was just palmed it. Now Andre just trying to... He's actually only 2k back, so can snipe second place here.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, okay, I see, yeah.
Yeah, and now we see the North Pawn come out from Julian. So it's looks like it's gonna be a race here. Julian's like Chanta / Toy / Haku Nomi. First is Andre's Chundora 1. Both just looking for a hand to win them the game.
Yep.
If I had to guess, Andre's hand looks significantly faster, but you never really know the tiles that are gonna end up getting cut. Pio's hand also looks not bad, but it's just like a little bit slow.
Too slow, yeah. Andre is making a move.
Yep, another chi. And then Andreas's hand is just once again just like hot trash. This is just like a brutal night. Like you play nice and disciplined all night. You push for like one reasonable time by his dealer.
Doesn't get punished.
It
doesn't. Yeah.
You play one, and you pay 12k.
That was hard to see. Oof. Julian drew the 1-pin. Well.
Yeah, so now pretty solid potential for this to be a Toy.
Wouldn't quite get all the points back in one go, but yeah, I imagine this should be a pawn. Yep, and we will see the Ishanten taken here. See, checking in on the tiles, 3s are usually not what you want when you're rushing Toy, but you don't really have much of a choice here, do you? And I like holding on to the East here, because that can actually get, if you pair that, and get your hand value up to Mongon. Ooh, Andre here actually playing on 7-9 pin. I think a
Which
little bit
accepts
of it.
Dora, I
Yeah,
guess.
it does accept Dora, but it is a little bit of an efficiency mistake because now you lose your pawning options.
Pawn to 9 pin, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like the Tuso helps anything because the 1-4 G you don't have. If the 1-4 so you now no longer have head. So we'll see if that
Ooh,
ends up coming back to bite him. Yeah, that's gonna be Tempai here for Julian. So it looks like Julian has won the Tempai race.
It'll be just Haku Toy.
Yep, nice and 7,700 though. We do see one each of in the wall. And you have to think it is a tile that Andre, or at least the 3-mon, is a tile that Andre will probably find it in him to push, given that he is Ishanten for a second place. And with Big Homba, all of a sudden, Andreas might actually be able to find something if Andre deals in here.
Ooh, that 4-so though.
Yep, that's the backfire you find here by not keeping like 2 heads in hand. But I think yeah, you're just gonna go ahead and take this. Gonna keep greeting. I don't necessarily think you needed to greed for the door here, but now that once you're here, you might as well stay.
Right.
Because
Andre only needs 2K to get to second.
But maybe he's feeling like the pressure of being in last place overall, and just feeling that he needs to get as many points as possible, even if it's just an extra 2,000 points on a hand.
Yep, which I respect.
Yeah, greed is good all the time. Meanwhile, over there, Andres' hand finally looks like it's got something going. It's just a matter of will he find Tempa. It needs a 5-so, a 5-pin, and a 1-4, a 1-4 pin. Draws a 3-so instead. But that does actually make the Ishanten slightly wider.
Yeah.
Yep, well, the 4-pin is not going sideways, Julian. You are open. And Pio like looks like he's probably folding out, or at least trying to. However, his hand is kind of like telling him that he kind of has to push. He's very quickly running out of anything that doesn't look terrible.
Okay, that's safe.
Yep. Oh, finally Tempai for Andre. Now 3-6 pin. Andre, 3-6
Same
pin.
weight, kind of.
Yep. So we'll see what gets drawn here. Oh, the 8-pin. If Andre had gotten the other Tempai, would have gotten the Ron immediately. Oh, but Andre knows the 8-pin. That makes it a lot easier for Andre to because that 8-pin is a tile that probably would have given him pause if it wasn't cut the turn before.
Right.
Let's see. In terms of 3-mon 3-pin, we still only see one. We see one of each, right?
Yeah, one 3-pin.
Oh, wow, Tempai for Andreas.
Each pin for Dora. If gets the 4-pin will be 汤药, each pin for Dora 汤药.
Oh, we open Richi's.
I see.
Going for the open Richi here, just trying to get as many points back as possible. If you can sumo a Hanuman here, it doesn't quite do it, but like any and all points are good.
Yeah.
And especially because the 1-pin weight is quite bad since it's already been pawned. But from our perspective, 1 4-pin looks pretty good. I think there's one of each left in the wall still.
Yep.
Very possible. Plus, you can make you can make Julian have to fold his hand, and if he draws the 1-pin, he may fold with the 3-mon to try to keep Tempai, and that'll deal right into Andre.
Oh, the 4-pin being drew for Pio. So now I think it's only.
Yep.
Only one 4-pin in the wall.
7-pin gets pushed. 2-pin gets drawn. Pio can just keep pulling out with these 7-mon.
There are actually a lot of 6-pin in the wall, which I don't. Yeah. Oh,
Oh, and there's the 6 gen.
Andres.
So that's going to be
Unfortunate.
Andre picking up the Chindora 2 there. That'll be 3,900 points paid out, and that'll be the end of the first game. Wow, we despite the late start, we really speedran that game, huh?
I know. Iron played at a decently pace.
Oh. I believe we are on break, they said?
Okay. All right. See
Oh,
you
yep,
back
we
in a
are.
couple
Yep,
minutes.
sorry,
All right.
we'll be going to break. Sorry about that. And as they get set up for the second game, we'll be going to break. So grab your snacks, drinks, and meet us back here in a couple minutes. Good evening, and we are back with the second game tonight of Nomi League. After that first game, we did see the Emperor Penguins and PO pick up a big win. They have moved all the way up into fourth place with just a 4 to 5 point buffer over the Destroyers. Meanwhile, the FalKANs have fallen into third after that unfortunate fourth for Andreas.
I mean, yeah, for Pio and no for Andres.
Yeah, it's just an absolutely brutal game if you're Andreas. You push one tile the whole game, you feed Hanuman, it's just like it was
Yeah.
like fairly like I mean he acknowledged it was risky. He spent some time on it, but just like it took. Oh, it's just like in a game like that, like eventually you hit a point. It's like I'm going to push something.
Yeah, it's reasonable. It's a reasonable push for sure.
Yep. We do look like we have Andre here as first dealer with a 5-pin Dora. Not the best starting hand, gotta say.
What's the Actrodora? I
Uh,
just glared.
yeah, 5-pin. 5-pin
Oh,
is
it's
their
five
Dora.
ping. Okay.
Yeah. So it has acceptance for the Dora, but no, nothing really usable. Does have 3 pairs towards the Chinroto.
Mm-hmm.
Is the hand's that bad that maybe you just like try to send it? Pio starting south seat for this game, not first dealer this time. Not like
Struggling hand though for Pio.
yeah, like the shapes are like not bad, but the fact that none of them is completed is pretty rough.
Right.
Julian sitting there has a red 5 in hand, also has pretty easy acceptance of the 5-pin.
Wait, Andres, what?
Yeah, I was
Oh.
getting there, but Andreas finally has a hand that looks like it
Ooh.
should be the best hand, so we'll see how
Yep.
that goes wrong for him. Ooh, and that 2-mon draw is also quite
Oh.
good.
一相
Ishanten
挺。
already.
리치 탄요 Dora.
Yeah, Tanya Outdoor 3, I don't even think he has to Richi this.
Yeah, 这个 it's guarantee mangan.
Yeah, you potentially could Richi this if you draw the 4-pin. But even then, I think I'm okay with just taking the Dama, or even just taking no 10 for a little bit.
Right.
Trying to make use of Aldadora. We do see the
How
one
do-
so get pawned though by Andre.
Oh, I see.
It's actually Rian Shantem, sorry for Jinshan. Definitely something worth to hold on to, and just holding the double east just in case. Oh wait, the door got cut. Is Andreas not gonna pawn that? Okay, I see.
Oh, yep.
I see. Oh, it looks
Kind
like there was some discussion because Pio just tried to cheat it.
Okay, I see.
So I think Pio recognizing that even though he might have said the word faster, I suppose I think it wasn't really like so notable that Andres shouldn't have gotten the pawn there.
Got it.
We do see Pio pawning the 5 Mosso though. Gets himself to something, looking for Chindora 1, but it's gonna be pretty difficult. But the important thing here is that Andreas is finally Tenpai, which I believe for the first time tonight.
Well, there
Outside of
are 2 7-mon in the wall.
Yep, and the 7-mon's looking quite sus in Andre's hand.
Right.
Surely you would be looking to pawn to Tenpai, right? If you're Andre?
Yeah.
If you're Andre.
Which
Andre,
would deal right into Andres mangan.
yeah, Andre apostrophe S and Andreas.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah. Fortunately for Andre, though, the 1-pin is pretty set in Pio's hand. Oh, that's gonna be the
Ooh,
Chi, actually.
upgrade.
Yep, so there's one of the 9-mon gone, or 7-mon gone. That's gonna be 2-mon.
Andres was able to upgrade to 4 King Pai.
Yep, gets the upgrade there. Now waiting
But yeah,
for
no more
7-mon.
7-mon left.
Oh yeah, the last one gets drawn by Julian, who also has a pretty reasonable hand here. Though
Yep.
if this Chun gets cut, it'll leave Julian Ishanten, but it will give Pio Tenpai. Granted, it's not a very good Tenpai. Oh, but no. There you go. Okay, there's
Okay.
oh. So Pio's gonna be Tenpai on the 5-mon now.
Mm-hmm.
The 2-mon is, I think, pretty difficult for anyone to get. Andreas has a pair and Julian has one. I don't know if one has been cut though. Oh, there's the last Dora. Pio considering whether or not he wants to chi this, but would have to break Tenpai.
Yeah.
Not be great. East is gonna come right out. Is this? I can't see the draw. That is Tempai for Julian. This is all 4 players Tempai. Does not have to deal in no matter which weight he decides to take.
Yeah, I wonder Shampong or Kan 7 pin.
With the Dora being dead, I think I like the Shanpon here.
Shampong. Oh,
That's gonna be a Ricci.
Yep, Reach Tanyo Dora.
Oh, and Andreas draws the 2-mon. Can play the 2-pin and dodge, but it's a very difficult choice here.
Yeah.
I think 2-pin does look marginally safer.
It
does go for it. So that is going to be Andre's weight completely dead. Unless Andreas finds it in to switch something. 9-pin gets pushed on the Ipatsu. No fear. You can't really afford to have any fear here.
Yeah, with 4 tiles in hand.
I'm pausing for a little bit. Can't really do anything with that 9-pin. But maybe just trying to take some time and get a better assessment of the board. Alright, PO puts up the 8-pin.
Chose to fold, yeah.
Very reasonable for PO. Definitely has the worst weight and very bad value here. What was just cut? Is that a 6-mon?
Can't see from the clear.
7-pin gets pushed. Andreas, I mean, you kind of have to, right?
Right.
Yeah, I believe that is a 6-mon. Obviously, or more than likely, we would have seen a roll if it was a 7-mon.
Yeah.
And we know it's not a 7-mon because we can see all 4 of them.
Oh, there was a lag.
Yep. Tuso comes out from the Ricci. Five-mon gets yeeted.
5-mon.
Oh, yes, because Andre doesn't have a Yaku.
Right, okay. And Pio broke his Tempai, so...
Yeah, yes. Pio has broken Tempai. Can chi this, but, like, what are you going to cut if you chi this? Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not really a good draw either.
Right?
Plays out a 6-mon? Oh, yeah, he does a 6-mon.
Yeah, it was caught before, yeah, by Julian.
I believe, actually, Julian's weight is probably the best in terms of, like, wall quality. Andreas still fighting. Andre's still fighting. I was gonna say, I thought Andre might switch his weight, but I forgot that, like, he doesn't have a Yaku if he switches his
right,
weight.
only Rinshan.
This is quite difficult here if you're PO. However, it is not actually possible for him to deal in with anything but the 4-mon.
4-mon, yeah.
And the 4-mon does not seem like a tile that's likely to be cut.
Nope.
Oh, 8-mon. Alright, I mean, you just send it. You don't have a choice.
Yep.
7-so looks pretty awful.
Yeah,
But, like,
no
again,
choice.
You don't really have a choice. It's like, it's not like 1-pin looks good. 1-pin doesn't look
that's
terrible.
4-mon drew by Pio.
Yep. We'll see if Pio decides to try to buy himself 2 turns. But I think if you're going to do that, you do it with a 1-pin, right? But that might deal into Sandoko or something.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, sorry, not Sandoko. Forgot which tiles were cheat. Oh, Andre now has a very difficult choice to make. Neither. Oh, plays the Suji 3-mon, which makes sense.
Pio here struggling to find Ampai. Wait, did I lag?
Nope. We're just freezing.
Okay.
Pio has a really tough choice to make here, especially seeing that 3-mon Tadashi from Andre should, I think, scare him off the 1-mon, but, like, what do you do otherwise?
No. Yeah.
1-pin looks not bad. Oh, pushes the 4-so. Wow. What fantastic defensive instincts here from Pio. Oh, and that's the 6-so. That's going to create Suchi on the 3-so for Julian. Does not deal in. This is the type of hand where, like, I quite enjoy being Julian.
I know,
just,
right?
like, I don't have to stress, all right? Like, either I draw something good or I draw something bad. Like, my lot is cast.
Yep. I'm surprised that Hatsu is Shunpai still.
Yeah. That is quite surprising.
That looks awful.
Oh, when he folds.
Oh, no. Okay. That creates more for Pio.
Yeah, that makes Pio's life very easy. He was able to last it out. Decided that eventually just pushing note, especially he's to play again.
Oh my god! Oh. Okay.
This is just utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Andres.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh no.
Andreas, no.
No.
It's just Chantahatsu, but like, oh, it's so tragic.
No,
Unless
that's
this is the Haite.
unfortunate. Is it? No, I
I
don't think.
don't.
No,
Oh,
no, it's,
I think it is.
I think there are two more. Yeah. Is it?
No, because a 6 would have been rolled, right? Oh, well, I guess not.
Oh my god. Again.
Absolutely.
Another
brutal.
unfortunate incident for Andres.
Oh wait, no, I forgot. The wall always just. I forgot that auto tables just always have a 7-tile dead wall, regardless of what's rolled.
Ah, I see. That makes sense.
We do see an 8 Sodora coming in for this hand. Andre did pick up the dealer repeat. Hand looks pretty nice already. Potential for Tanya Dora too. This is something I'd definitely be aggressively cheating.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to write 3 pairs, not really a whole lot else going on. Has some Rionman, like shapes are connected, but there's almost no value. It's hard.
Yeah.
The Dora is not really that natural to use either. You do see a Haku pair over in Julian.
Here for Julian.
Yeah, Haku pair, 1 Dora. You know, something you
Mhm.
can try. But we've seen Julian shy away from opening that aggressively for hands that aren't that close.
Right.
Yeah, and we'll see if this game ends up being more of the same for Andres, because this hand also looks pretty good.
Yeah, Andres' hand is not bad.
Excuse me.
But knowing Andres' flow tonight, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yep, and that is going to be the palm here for oh no, he decides not the palm. Interesting.
Okay. Interesting.
Looks like he kind of motioned like he was, which paused the table, but it seems as if it's been ruled that there was no pawn called. Yeah, and like I said, Julian may be a little bit more hesitant to take calls like that when his shapes don't seem that good.
Mhm.
Pico's kind of drawn some nice progress. Picked up another pair and a 1-pin Anko, so it's all of a sudden like Rinshan 10 with potential for San Anko. There's gonna be
Second
the palm this time.
one.
Yep.
Yep.
Andres draws it back immediately. He's like, all right, like now or never, buddy. Andreas' hand, unfortunately, just not really drawing what it wants, though it has also its own potential for Sananko. Maybe
Mhm.
like Sananko Tanyo. Pretty rough for him to use Dora, but red 5s are always nice. Julian's hand now looking like he could potentially try to open. Also, Andre's hand has progressed pretty nicely. However, he would like to find a different pair. Because at the moment, he can't really use the red 5 month, which is kind of...
Yeah. But pairs are the easiest to find.
That's true, that's true. But when you're opening, like, all of a sudden you can run out of tiles to pair real quick. Ooh, draws the red 5
Ooh, that's a good draw.
Now imagine just draw the Dora. Just draw the tiles you want and envision yourself pairing the Dora.
Ooh, Andres is like want to keep both Dora, trying to put the two soul aside.
I would definitely be looking at it here because
Yeah.
the last thing I want this hand to be if I'm Andre is Tanya Dora 1. That just seems way too sad.
For sure.
Ooh, that's a fantastic draw though.
Oh.
5-pin makes finding an additional pair quite easy.
Right, and now you can even cut the format if you want to.
Yep. We do see Julian, by the way, has made his way to Ishanten with that Haku palm. And once again, Andreas's hand just hasn't quite gone anywhere. Could have cheated that 2-pin, but like, why would you? There's no point to it. Pio's hand hasn't really built up vertically in a while. Just trying to look for anything at the moment. What was just drawn?
What did he?
5 mod. Okay.
5
okay.
mod. Okay.
Yeah, so they're gonna look to pull into Tempai. We'll have at least Tanya Dora 2.
Yep.
We'll see whether or not, if he gets Tempai, what he wants to take. Because you could play the 2-so for the 7-so Kanchan, but the win rate on that has to be so low compared to the 147 white, even though the 1-so isn't a valid tile.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is one where I think it may be worth just playing the Dora, but we are going to see the greedy route.
The grade.
Andre knows that his team needs a lot of points.
Yep.
Pio, I think, looking like he's kind of out of his hand. It's just like, if he draws like an 8-so Dora, then like he's going to go for it, but otherwise, like the hand's just kind of awkward.
Yeah, no value.
What? Oh, the Dora draw!
Oh my god, that's the best draw!
unbelievable.
Oh my god. Leech Pingfu.
I'm not sure this is gonna be a Ricci.
Nope. Okay. Pingfu Doras 4.
Yeah, it's
Potentially
Tanpin
Epeiko.
Tanpin Dora 4. It'll be dealer Hanemon plus a Homba if 3 Mon gets dropped.
Yeah,
Or if
Dama
Sumo
Haneman.
or if Sumo happens. There's also a
Go ahead. Unfortunately, I don't think there's no Takame left.
yeah, there is a potential for a 4-5-6 Sanshoku.
You're right. You're right.
Pio draws the 1-pin con. Oh. I'm not sure I love that. Because now all of a sudden there is no more Sanshoku, and that makes me sad.
What happened? 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah.
But like, you're not like if you draw the 7 Mon, you're not gonna take it. So
Right.
oh, Pio with the con! Oh boy.
Oh boy, what's the Condora?
Haku is the Condora, so no additional value created for
Okay.
Andre.
Would Andre Nietzsche
Oh, but
here,
that's
though?
gonna be the Ricci for Pio. Wait.
Wait.
Oh, Pio also has a shot at Sanshoku here. Would be Ricci either Sanshoku or Dora.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna jam it
Yeah.
sideways.
Would Andre chase here?
Oh, by the way, Julian's been Tenpai. Whoops.
Oh.
My bad.
We got too excited by this big
Yeah,
hand.
I'm looking at like these monsters, like, oh yeah, Julian. Oh wait, Julian is Hakudora 3 now.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh. Oh my god.
Oh, what did Pio draw? Tuso? Okay,
Tuso.
safe. But now the dealer Sumagiri Ricci is a huge red flag here. But
Oh
luckily,
my
Julian does not
god.
draw anything that he'd have to push. What do you do here now if you're Andreas? I can't really see well enough to like make a decision.
Right.
8-pin is safe to both Ricci's.
Completely fold.
No, Ipatsuma. Oh, the Dora! Pio gets it!
Ah!
Oh, that's
no
so
Sancho
brutal.
Christ.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Dora. With
Oh.
1 Ura, it's a Mongon. Yep, there it is. 1 7-mon. Oh, 2 7-mon. Alright. It's gonna be Ricci Dora 3. Pio picks up a Mongon plus a Homba. It's absolutely brutal for Andre.
I know.
Andre sees both of his outs flipped as Ura, by the way.
Oh yeah, you're right. 2 6 man.
So he's just sitting there. It's like, where are my 3/6 mod? They're the Ura indicators. They're to screw him over.
Ouch.
Absolutely brutal. Andreas at least does not lose points. That's probably the best that you could have hoped for there.
Yeah.
That is quite rough. But good news for Pio and all Penguins fans. Which honestly, like, if I had to pick a mascot, like, besides the obvious winner of the Opie Dopes, like, the Emperor Penguins are pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
But like, Opie's like the best dog that I'm probably never gonna meet, and that makes me sad.
Oh.
Someone tell
Yeah,
Chris
he's
to
very happy. OP is very cute.
Yeah, someone tell Chris to bring Opie to Nomi Open. What could possibly go wrong?
Agreed. Okay, 7-pin Dora.
7-pin Dora. Yep, with Pio on his dealer hand, doesn't really quite have the best shapes, but if he could fill a 4-pin and cut some of the floating garbage, then could actually fill the hand in pretty quickly.
Right.
And also 3/4/5 Sanchoku, because I'm contractually obligated at this point.
to point out any Sensoku chance, yes.
Sanchoku is good. It's a good Yaku. It's too hot. You can open for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Julian, hand doesn't look great. Does have a floating Dora, but needs to cut all 3 Yakuhai, or just pair 1, which would be nice. Andreas' hand is back where we expect them to look.
Yeah, it's been a trend tonight.
Yep. He got a few good hands, and then the wall looked at him and was like, wow, you couldn't win these? Why did we even bother?
Yeah.
Now back to just giving him absolutely nothing. And Andreas' hand looks like it could be fast, has 1 Dora, but it's really awkward to go for Tanya because you need both a 6-pin and a 4-pin. So it's kind of going to have to sit around and see what happens. All in all, Julian's hand looks like it probably has the potential to be fast, as does Pio. Pio is actually already Shanta. Never mind. Pio can in fact be fast.
Wow, he's draw though. Pure draw.
Yeah, the 3-mon, like, it's not great. Like, it helps, but it doesn't help as much as it looks, because if you upgraded it, then you have to cut your red 5 shape.
Cut 5 pin, yeah.
Yeah, and that's sad.
Yeah.
That's big sad. What do we drew? Haku? Yeah, not particularly useful. Julian's hand progressing nicely, though. Does need to find any connector to that door. Like, a 6-pin would be a godsend here for Julian. And Andreas's hand, like, has an Anko and 2 pairs, but, like, even Tanya is going to be a struggle, even with the Dora. And it's just too slow. Ooh,
Oh,
alright.
3 so good draw.
Yep, another completed block here. Rianchan 10 for just, like, a Riichi Pinfu, something like that. Just needs to connect to either the 5-mon or the 7-pin. Good draw is also slowly coming in here for Andre. I can't quite see what he drew here.
Yeah.
But I did maybe. Oh, okay. Ooh, draws the Dora. Interesting. Okay. So can try to use that in 2 blocks, or can just try to use it as a pair. It's a little bit tricky either way, because there's not really a true pair in the hand right now.
Right. Yeah, the 8 is to connect to the 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. If the 5 sub comes out here, I wonder if we'll see Pio Chi it. It seems a little bit aggressive. But he is the dealer, and he does have a Dora.
Right.
But
Chin cut west?
Yeah, cheating your only good shape here is pretty rough.
Yeah.
We do see the 8-mon. Okay, I like this cut here for Andre.
Same.
Oh, 6-mon is drawn for Pio. Yeah, not something he's looking for. Doesn't really need the Arion in there. The 3-mon does more in terms of connecting to good shapes.
Ooh. Another good draw for Julian.
Yep. Finally, Ishanten needs to connect to either a floating 5-mon or a floating 7-pin. Probably the best Ishanten he could have gotten, barring like a 6-pin draw.
Yeah.
Andreas has finally made his way to like Rianchan 10, but it's just going to be a little bit too late, it looks like. Is that Tempai? No, but it is a potentially Peiko that we are going to see confirmed.
Yep. Andre stopped again. I wonder where he drew. 5-mon. Okay.
Yeah, 5-mon's a little bit. Yeah, I mean, once you cut the 8-mon, the 5-mon's very awkward. It's a bit of an unfortunate backfire. He's just looking to connect to either like the 5-pin or the 5. So I think at this point though, you could just play the 8-pin and just say like I'm using the Dora as a pair.
Yeah.
Because even if you drop a 6-pin into that, then you can just use it as an Arion.
Oh, Julian Sanmin Chow!
Wow, 2-5-8-pin, the best draws. So actually like got 2 back-to-back perfect draws there to get the best possible Tempai. So it's gonna be Riichi Pinfui Peiko Dora 1 on a Sanmenchan 2-5-8-pin. And 2-5-8-pin actually looks very, very good.
Yep.
Like we see
it's Ipatsumo.
Oh, we could. I mean, we see 3 of the 8-pin held in hand. We see 2 of the we see 3 of the oh, actually no, we see all of the 4-pin, but the 2-pin looks quite live. No, he put it down like it was Ipatsumo.
Close.
Oh, Tempai for Andreas would have to deal in because, of course. 7-9-mon also looks kind of cursed.
How many 8-mon has been cut? Oh, wow.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Looks like only 1 had. Oh no, 2 had been cut. So maybe a little bit aggressive, but you know, what can you do? No Ura, so just a Mangan, but you know, just a Mangan is
just a Mangan. Yeah,
a bit
with
of an
that
oxymoron.
Perfect draw though.
Yeah, beautifully played out hand there for Julian.
Definitely.
Both good choices. Lots of good choices being rewarded by the wall. But of course, you have to be rewarded by the wall. Now Julian going to try to take that momentum into his deal. Does remember to take his first draw. We've only seen 1 scare with that tonight, which I think is a little bit below average.
Okay, God Sanso's Dora.
Yep, Sanso, Dora, and Julian has what looks like it could be another fast Peiko hand.
Yep.
No real way to use the Dora, but like he's not going to say no if he draws one.
Yep.
Andreas's hand looks like it could have some play, especially if he can connect to a 4-pin. Then all of a sudden he has his 5 blocks already. Oh, 4-mon's not a bad fill either. Doesn't help for the moment, but any good floater tiles in a hand like this, you accept happily.
Right, and Andre has 2 Yakuha pair. Potential Hoitsu.
Yeah, it's really tough to go Honing 2 though when you have a
With
red
red
5 round man.
five,
Oh
it's
my gosh, Julian. What a draw. You gotta you gotta stop,
oh
man.
my god. Wow. Okay.
Pio actually has 2 reds and like nice looking hand, but I mean if Julian's already Ishanten like this
Right.
well, then like what can you
It was
do?
pretty slow comparing. Yeah, it's a bit slow.
Oh,
Actually,
6
not really.
man.
579 Liangkan. Yeah, it's already
No,
Ishan.
oh yeah. Already Ishanten for Pio. I like the 1-mon here. Just keep the floating tiles that you're trying to connect to.
Yep.
There's also one more tile to get a pair here if you're Julian. Not quite Tempai there for Pio. Needing the 6-pin, 8-pin, 3-mon, 6-mon. Have to imagine Pio will chase this. He does have Dora 3.
Yeah.
Oh, another good draw for Andreas. Is now Ishanten himself. No, sorry, not Ishanten. Ryan Shanten. But like a nice looking Ryan Shanten has now, by drawing the 8-mon in, that hand can be pinned to very, very often.
Julian draw.
Julian has drawn not Tempai. Looks
six,
like
okay.
6-0. I see.
Okay.
So yeah, so now has many tiles that he can potentially use for this this pair that he's trying to get. 1-pin, 4-pin, 6-0, 9-0, all good draws for Julian. We do see the 4-Manchi from Andre, who is Ishanten as well. That's going to be Tempai as well. What Tempai is he going to take? 6-mon.
Shampong.
Yep. Trying to get the extra value out of the hand by getting the East. Definitely makes sense because and that's gonna be the Ricci for Pio.
3
6-mon. Yep, for Ricci pin Fedora 3.
It's more or will be Honeyman.
Yep. Oh, and the chase from Julian.
Oh, with what 6-9 so?
Yeah, 6-9 so Nobitan.
Okay.
And Andreas is like, man, why?
Oh my god, poor Andres. Again, this happened again. 3 of them are Team Pi besides Andres. What else is new?
Yeah, and he has to just like pick this random ass 8-mon that's completely dangerous to the dealer Ipatsu because it's saving 2 players, and that's the best he can do.
Yeah.
2-mon gets pushed by Andre. 2-mon gets drawn by Pio as well, so 2-mon fully safe. No Ipatsumo draws the 8-so. 3-mon, does 3-mon deal in? I don't think so. Oh yeah, 3-mon does deal into Pio, right. We'll see if Andre decides to hold Tempai here. East is a tile that might be going to be cut.
Yeah.
Nope, 1-mon gets pushed. Oh, that's gonna be the run. Alright. Andre takes that home. Definitely could have ended a lot worse.
Yeah.
There was a couple monsters brewing. But the dealer had just Ricci Nomi. But Pio's monster hand. Yeah. Pio's monster hand stopped in his tracks, and that I believe takes us to East 4. Right? Yeah, East 4.
Let's see what Andres can do on this dealership. I see double tone or just one. I couldn't. Just one. Never mind. And Dora being 1-mon.
Yeah, 1-mon Dora here. Not the best Dora, though we do see Pio already with a South Onko and a Dora in his hand.
It's Pio Nando?
No, not yet. And it's not the South round as yet.
Okay.
Andreas does have a Dora, does have 4 pairs. You know, this could be the value bomb that he needs if he can find a cheat Dora too. Andre, on the other hand, shapes look pretty nice. Can't quite see what's at the end of the hand. Oh yeah, the end of the hand's not great. Saw the left side, I was like, oh, you know, Kanchan completed run, reasonable. But yeah, not quite there for what you want. Pio immediately plays the 7-mon, maybe trying to play this out for a Honitsu while hedging the Dora.
Right, yep.
Lastly, Julian's hand not looking too great, but there's like a shot at a 1-2-3 Sanshoku, which could use the Dora, which would be nice. I have to say, I think if I had to pick here, I like Andreas's hand here. Has drawn a 3-so Onko as well. So I could go for like a potential just like normal Tanya, but also still has pretty reasonable stats at cheap boy.
Right, especially if he drew 5-8-mon.
Like 6-mon gets drawn, that's 2 Onkos. He's Shanten. Plays out the Dora, just wants to get rid of it before it's a problem. And with the way things have been going for him tonight, I can't blame him.
Oh, is it Andre Ishanting?
Andre is... Yeah, Andres Ishanten, his
Yep.
first 3 draws have pretty much all been perfect.
Yep. Key Shanting with that 4-7 pin.
And Kutsuke being just like 2 general floating tiles that will be Tenpai on any connection to them.
Ooh,
That is not the Tenpai you want. I'm
can't
okay.
think so.
I
Nah.
like taking this for the Dama, if you want to take a guess. What draw do I want to see Andre get?
Niso?
Yeah. Give me Sancho.
Oh my god. Of course.
It's a good tile. It's a good Sanshoku.
uh,
Oh. Andreas could have pulled 3-pin there to be Tenpai, but that'd be such a waste. Unfortunately, that's the only 3-pin that's going to come out, because Julian has the other one in hand. Oh, sorry. Whoops.
Ooh, open for that Sanshoku.
It looks like we are going to see the open 4-set Sancho.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think PO has progressed with his hand with that Honyitsu.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's the progress draw he needed.
Oh.
Could potentially, it still would not quite be a Mangan, but like it'd be enough to have at least 40 fu, and 5200 here is something you're more than happy with.
Mhm.
We'll see how long. Oh, no con there from PO. Can't really expect. Not really. Wouldn't really expect it to happen, but you know it could. All right, we do see the 8-mon get pawned by Julian. So now we're gonna be Tenpai for the Sanshoku.
On the Tuso.
Yep.
Only
Oh, that's gonna
one.
be the Ricci here for Andreas. 2-5 pin just for Ricci Nomi, but you know it's something. It's the first Tenpai tile he's gotten to pass for the entire set.
Right, and it's a good weight, so.
Yeah, it's just Ricci Nomi, but like you know you've got a couple shots at Ura 2, or
Mhm.
sorry Ura 3.
Yeah, I wanted him to draw that 6 pin for the Tanyo, but yeah.
Yeah, it'd be that way. Can't really do anything about it. Oh, and there's the red 5 so, but again, like what can you do? Except that
Yeah.
red 5 so makes Julian's Tenpai a lot better.
Right. The 2, so now the Suji.
Yeah. It's nice how you can justify a tile you can justify cutting here if you're PO. I think if I wanted to push this PO, I could definitely justify cutting 9 so with that early 7 so before the 2 so. But there's no real reason for him to at this point.
3-9, just fold. Yeah.
He's done what his team needs him to do, and he's not really like. I think he's still on shot 10.
Mhm.
Oh, Julian has drawn the dealing tile. Is he going to push him for Tenpai? No,
No.
decides to fold out.
Oh, some more.
He's so just expecting. Oh, and of course the indicator's the same. But you know what? It's something.
It's something. It's the Lichinomi.
Yeah. No 40 fu for it, unfortunately, either. Even with 2 Onkos. But you know what? It's 3,000 points, and it's a Homba.
Yep.
It's a win.
Yeah, it's a sign for everything getting better.
We say as Andre destroys his hand, but his hand looks really nice.
Ooh, this hand though. Oh, he had 3 Dora. Okay.
Let's see, Dora 5 so?
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah,
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So this is a big hand for Andreas. We'll see if he can make something happen, because the rest of the shapes are just not that good. But
Yeah.
it's one of those hands where you just have to hold on to this Yakuhai for dear life and just hope for the best.
Mhm.
In terms of hands that can shut this down, Andre looks quite quick. If his hand would get out of the way, we'd see how possible Tanya is.
Right.
But it does have a red 5.
Oh, Pure just pwned.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do see the pawn here come out from PO. It's going to be Chun. He does have a Dora and his Ryan Shan 10. So yeah, I think that's a pretty reasonable pawn here for PO. Just going to try to go fast, pick up the
Yeah.
Homba. Another pair there out for Andreas. Has also gotten an Anko of a 9-mon. So the hand's progressing at a pretty decent path for how bad the shapes are. Julian has a Hatsu pair, but not really anything doing else besides that. And yeah,
Julian's if he's able to pawn the Hatsu, then it can progress as fast as well.
Yeah. Oh, Hatsu comes out, doesn't decide to pull it. He was still sorting his hand around, so maybe he missed it, but also just we've seen him pass a couple of these pawns.
Yeah,
in
and
the first
there,
one
yeah, his
before.
hand is no value, so
Yeah. Andre's hand looks like it could be a pretty nice Tanya Dora 1 or Dora 2. But it's quite. But we see all four of the Dora, so it's gonna be quite hard for Andre to get said Dora. That 2/5 so weight becoming surprisingly bad. Andre is slowly but surely drawing blocks, but none of the blocks are really any good.
yeah, sitting there with Mangang value but couldn't get shapes.
Yep, that's gonna be
Play.
Ishanten for Andre. But it's a pretty rough for Ishanten. Only 2-so and 7-so available to actually fill into it. And if you draw the 2-so, you're not the happiest camper in the world, because then you've got a Penchant 7-so that
Yeah,
you
that's gonna
already
be yeah.
not only do you already have one of the tiles, yeah, and he's even gonna break it up here. Just look to find a pair. Because now actually it's still actually Ishanten. I believe, right? Yeah. As you can get the 2/5/8-so for the pair weight.
Andres now has 4 pairs.
Andres, ooh, okay. 4 pairs, definitely very possible as a way to play this hand. Pio has not been able to find a call, but does have 2 pawn outs to Tempai on tiles that people look like they will cut. And the 7-pin could give Pio Tempai as well once Andre actually gets somewhere. Oh, alright, 2-pin gets dropped. Is Pio drawn to Tempai? Is that what that is? Oh,
No,
it's a 2
2
mon. Alright,
mon.
decides he likes the 7-pin a little bit better. Is correct on that. Maybe seeing that the 3 month's already been cut once. There's a potential for the 1-2-3 Sancho go over in Julian's hand, but
I
it's
think
really
Julian's forcing the Senshoku, cutting that 3-pin.
yeah. I think it's really awkward though to try to get, but like now you have at least the backup plan of the pawn on the Hatsu, and then you can have a pair of 3-mon. We see Andreas pawn the 5-mon. Gonna try to make this. Yeah, Toy is gonna be it. That's gonna be Tempai for Pio though. The 7-pin does come out from Andreas. Or sorry, from Andre.
4-7, so
Is it? Yeah. That is a 6-mon. Andres Ishata just keeps getting wider step by step.
yeah.
Now needs 4-7. Oh wow! Draws the red 5.
Okay, more value.
Oh, but that's gonna be the sumo for
Doesn't
Pio.
matter. Yep.
Does not matter. Chun Dora 1. Please give me your points. And the
that
home
was a home butt, right?
Yep. So it'll be 1,000, 1,500. And Andreas pays back half of what he just won.
Such is life. Alright, are we south now?
Yep, we have made it into the south round.
Another quick games, I see.
Yeah, but this one I think is taking a little bit longer. We've gotten a little bit deeper into the wall, had a little bit of harder decision make time.
Tuso Dora. Okay, Andre as a dealer, I like this. This is not a bad hand for him. Just need to get those kanchang penchang together.
Yeah, and doesn't even actually need the penchant necessarily.
Yeah.
Does also have Dora too.
Right.
But I think this is one of those hands where I would be like, as soon as I get a 6-mon, I'm off to the races, and I might even try to go for it like ahead of before then. This to me is a hand that screams Tanya, but it also just might be the Tompu brain player in me. I mean, what is South but like a glorified Tompu?
Yep.
Right.
Looking at it, everyone's score is really close. So
yeah, Andreas unfortunately off the back of that other dealing is a little bit behind the pack, but nothing that you can't make up in the South round.
Yeah.
We do see Pio with not the best looking hand. Does have a red 5 and 2 Dora though.
Yeah, 3 Dora, but the shapes are not coming together.
No, this is one of those. It's like maybe you just like pull the Dora and just try to bluff everyone off, but like that requires.
Okay, that could be a solution.
Yeah, that also requires someone to cut the door, which is probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
We do see a Hatsu pair again in Julian's hand.
The rest, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It
Yeah.
has already been once cut. I'm not sure if he passed on that call or not. And then lastly, Andreas' hand looks like not bad, but it's just none of like there's a Dora, but the shapes are just gonna be tough.
Right. So probably it's dealer's chance, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, and there's like maybe a 789 Sanshoku, but the Naimon was already cut, which is like
Right.
fair. It's not particularly useful for this hand.
Oh, Andre drew that Khan 3 pin.
Yep. Oh, drew the Country pin
Oh,
and the 6-mon Chi. All of a sudden,
oh my god.
Ishanten.
Okay.
Yep. Tanya Dora 2, full speed ahead.
Mhm.
Enough points if he sumos, it'll get him up to second place. And can actually accept the red 5-mon as well. Not that it's ever coming out of Pio's hand.
Right.
Pio's hand, by the way, has progressed some. Has 5 blocks now, final. Oh, that's going to be the Chi. Chi's without revealing the red, which I do like here. You don't really... You want... Like, this is early enough that you want people to deal it.
Right. Look at my Tanyo Nomi hand.
And then, yeah. 2 4-mon is the weight. Or sorry, 2 5. Yeah, 2 4-mon. 2 5-mon.
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind. Slowly but surely.
Oh, I see. Pio put that 2-man on the side.
Yep. There may be a tile that comes out, though I don't think it will be. I think Pio's path towards Tanya Dora 3 is also pretty set in stone. Like he's just shuffling his hand around just to avoid like stuff being read. It looks like is this a Kokoshi push here for Julian? I imagine it is. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's only got 8 types though.
8. Oh.
8 with 2 pairs at this stage in the game. You're better off just folding.
Yeah.
Especially into a 2-call dealer when you don't know where any of the door is. And it looks like he feels that way as well. Andreas's hand just has not quite been able to make progress so far. Looks like he sees that the dealer has 2 calls and is trying to get out of the way as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, no,
Good.
yeah.
Yeah, good potential draw there for Pio. Makes his still Rianchan 10, but it was a little bit wider. Can pawn tiles now. Like the door is already held, but if Andre drew the last door, he would have to cut it.
Yeah.
Pio leaving himself with some pawning outs.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh, 2-mon.
He was touching it.
Touch move. It's like chess, right? Oh, plays the 3-mon. Oh, it's Genbutsu. Okay, so Pio may be deciding to fold as well.
Okay.
Or no, I think what Pio's not folding, he's trying to guarantee Tanyao. And I think as soon as he progresses, as soon as he makes progress, he's gonna deal in. Yep, that's pretty rough. No, he may play like 7, but no, that's gonna be the deal. Alrighty.
Tanyo Dora.
Yep, 5,800, and that's enough points to propel Andre past Pio. Not quite into first place, but it's very, very close.
Yeah.
Currently a 3-person race for first place, and Andreas tailing behind a little bit, but he's definitely got time and ability to make it up.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I'm sitting there just like, all right, maybe if I wait longer, the hand will open. It'll be better. First glance does not seem like it worked.
Yeah.
But we do have Andre's dealer turn here. Dora 2-pin. 1 in Andre's hand. Looking like a potential for like a Tanyao, maybe a 2, 3, 4 Sanshoku.
I mean, it's not that far.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 6 tiles to it.
Right.
The only awkward part is the Pinzu. Pio with 2 red 5s and an easy acceptance of the 2-pin Dora.
Oh yeah, the 1, 2, 1, 3, 5, 7 night shift.
Yeah, definitely an awkward one, but certainly not impossible to make use of here.
Right.
Julian with a nice looking hand, actually already in a pretty good Rianchan 10.
Mm-hmm.
Would really like to find a 5-pin here, but also like would not complain. Oh, okay, now
that's perfect.
So 5 pins is now the dream draw. However, like you can't really complain if you draw like 5-so or something.
Right.
The last thing you don't really want to end up on the Shampon because it's such a bad Shampon. But
yeah,
it's
middle
like,
tile Shampoo.
it's still like Richidora 1, you know? Like it's not bad. And then Andreas's hand Doesn't really have Dora, but does have Chun. Can try to
Chun
get like a
pair.
quick Chun Nomi and just pick up the sticks. Ooh, 2-pin draw. That's an interesting one.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think what I like here is just playing out the 6-pin.
Yeah, I agree.
Because like
That you pick
whatever template you get now, like if you draw the 5 so like okay, you just like it's just a little bit of a sad backfire, but oh
yeah,
well.
King Fedora
But
one still.
no, if you draw the 5 so you're it's no 10
Oh
still.
no, not five. So I
Yeah.
heard 5 ping.
Yeah, like if you draw the 5 pins, like okay,
Yeah.
like I cut the Dora, but it's like it's Richie +2.
Right.
But if you draw like 5/8 mon, you can just Dama this, like your bad weight
Big Bull
5200.
Dora. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus Hulba, and if you draw the 3-pin, you're like, oh, life is easy. Pin Fui Pego Dora 2,
Yeah.
easy Mangan
Click the
Dama.
button right away. Oh my god, he drew
Oh, the
it.
Ricci.
Oh my god.
This is one where I might have considered Dama.
Oh.
And by
This is
might have,
like
I think.
Hanuman though, if you
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. So like the theory on this does say that like when it's early enough a Riyadman weight where like going from 4 Han to 5 Han, you're supposed to Ricci.
Yeah.
But I think in this case, with 1,500 points in addition for winning, like the value created from going from manga to Hanuman isn't enough for me.
You're right. The big home bat makes a difference.
Yeah, so I'd
Agreed.
rather have the higher win rate, especially because he's sitting there in a very tight game. Whoever he wrongs is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Right. Looking around, I only see 1 8-man discarded and 2 8-man being held,
We
and
also
one
see 2 of the
2
5
5-man.
mon. Yeah,
So
2 of
two
the
5
5
man,
mon.
1 8-man, 3 in the wall.
Yeah, PO looks like he has pushed a tile here. Played out the 7 mon. It is Suji to the Rishi. 5/8 mon is also half Suji and long Suji, respectively.
Long Suji, okay.
We might, yeah, probably not going to be the defensive measure of choice of these players, but you never know.
Right.
But realistically, I think the sumo does look like a pretty reasonable chance here.
Mhm.
But I think honestly, if I had to guess, I think if this had been Dama, we might have just seen Andreas steal it.
Right. Another 5-man being drawn from for the PO.
Yeah, this is not the easiest fold to make though if you're PO.
Right. Ooh, whoa. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's just the 7 mon. The 7 mon's already given it to.
Yeah. Okay, 2 5-man, 1 8-man left. Oh no, 1 5-man, 1 8-man. Sorry.
You know what? One tile is all you need, I believe. Let's go,
Yeah,
Julian.
I believe. Let's go, Julian.
I mean, there's not really anything else that's gonna happen with this hand. Because it just doesn't seem like anyone's even like close enough to be able to even attempt
Right.
pushing. So if anyone deals in, it's just gonna be because they ran out of safe tiles, or they decided to make a push that like was probably a little bit sketchy.
Right. Yeah, Iran's just folding completely.
Yeah, I think we also forgot about the added value to Ricci here of getting to flex our new animation.
Oh, okay, that's important. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I rescind everything. We're not supposed
Yes,
to
I
Dama.
respect that. Oh, Chase.
Oh wow! I did not even.
Okay,
All right, Andres found
Shampoo,
Senpai. Not
2
open
pin
though.
7 so.
Notably not open chase. It's 2-pin 7 so?
Yeah. Dora though, so yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I just like.
Oh.
In what world do we really think that anyone besides Julian's dealing in here? I think I would have liked to see the open chase just to
Right.
guarantee. Could have also actually played the 2-pin for Richie Sanchoku.
Sanshoku.
Yeah,
Exactly my thought.
Richie
But
Sanchoku Dora, but like the two, like, do you really want to cut the Dora? Even though it
yeah,
actually does look safer to me than the
it's
4-pin.
Suji, yeah, to the red
Yeah.
5, yeah.
But the last thing you want to do is deal into some like cursed like Chitoi Hanuman or something.
Right.
Quite a tough look for PO. I think maybe tunneling a bit on the fact and not seeing that the 1-pin is the indicator, because otherwise I think the 1-pin is a pretty easy cut there.
Right. Yeah, agreed.
It's terminal Suji to both and it would have to be a hell weight.
Right.
I think once he sees the 1 pin's the indicator, probably going to be a little bit more willing to risk the 1 pin. Anyway, where are the 2 7 so? 2 pin 7 so. So the 2 pin side is dead, we know.
Yeah.
There's
7
this-
so though.
7 so is completely live, it looks like.
Yeah. Yep. 2 7 so in the wall and 1 5 man, 1 8 man. So 2 versus 2.
Plays out the 7 pin. Alright, plays the Suji. But I don't know what it is, but Pio really does not like the look of his 1 pin. East comes out. Still no new save tiles created for Pio. Oh,
Oh,
there's
7
one of the 7
so.
so. So now it's a
Okay.
1v2. Alright.
Yep.
No, he's putting his hand over the 1 pin. Realistically, I don't think Pio's decision really matters that much here. I can't imagine
Right.
him ever actually dealing in. But it's just like, it's a little bit confusing to me that he pushed those
Yep.
2 tiles before he decided to play 1 pin. I think he just forgot about the door indicator.
Mhm.
It's
Okay,
like,
no,
it is like,
no more 7 so left.
yeah. Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, it was drawn by Andreas. All right,
Yeah.
so now Andre can no longer win. Though the 7 so did just become Suji. But I think both Pio and Andreas have enough save tiles to get out of this. 1 draw left for both Ricci players. I still think there's 2 of the 5/8 mon on the wall, right?
Yep.
Ooh, 3 so.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
there's the
1
5
more.
mon and the 8 mon. No,
Okay, nope.
alrighty.
We're
This is gonna
safe.
be an
Everyone's
exhaust.
safe.
And goes to exhaust, and both players flip over pretty monstrous hands.
Yeah, monster hand. At least Mangan.
Yeah, though Andres could have been 340, but it
Oh,
would have
the
been dealer.
7 so yeah.
Yeah, it would have been dealer 340.
Okay, now there are how many DT stake?
2 sticks, 1 Homba, nice 3,500 in the middle.
Okay.
By paying no 10 there though, Pio's now like a big down, but like a nice chunk down.
Right.
Of course, that all goes away if you win this hand. Ah man, I am struggling.
Ooh, Andre's hand, the potential Hong Yutsu versus Qing Yutsu.
Yep, though he could also just play it for a normal hand here. The 1
Yeah.
mon is the Dora.
Yeah.
This could also just be like the
No,
Itsu.
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
he's gonna
Itsu.
hedge. Yeah, I think he's gonna hedge his bets, but I think a Chinitsu is a very reasonable route to play this hand.
Right.
Pio does have a Dora and actually has pretty good blocks, but that Sozu shape's gonna need to fill in, or else it's just gonna be stuck looking awkward.
Mm. Julian, is that another well, Julian's hand is pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's just gonna end up being like Pinfu Nomi or something,
Mhm.
but it looks pretty quick. Just needs to find a connection to either the 8 pin or the 6 pawn.
Right.
Oh, or
Oh,
potential
Ipeko.
another Ipeko. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I would have liked to see the South cut now. With it, when you have a hand this quick, I typically want to get out ahead of anyone else calling.
Right.
And even if you pair it, it's going to be awkward for you to call it.
Yeah, and the 7 pin would be a great draw.
Yes. So it looks like that is not a. Oh, it's a 5 pin.
Oh,
Okay, that makes the Ishanten, or not the Ishanten better, but it makes like your 2-step upgrades better. Doesn't want it.
Ooh.
Interesting. Gonna hold on to the South and just try to get like, if you pair it, you
Is
can go
he
for
double
Dama
South?
Ipeko Nomi. No, he's not.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you can pawn it and go for like a 1/4 so weight if you
Mm.
draw a pair, but that seems a little bit optimistic.
Yeah.
And Andreas's hand. Oh, okay, that's a nice draw.
Yeah.
All right, and then Andreas's hand, like it looks like it could just go for a quick Tanya out, especially with that draw, the 8 mon Onko. I think for me, I'd just be calling everything and trying to get this to like Tanya Nomi, pick up the 3,500 in the middle.
Right, same.
You can really only do.
Yeah.
Oh, that is going to be the Tenpai. Doesn't take the Pinfu. Could have played 1 sewing on Pinfu.
Ooh, okay.
Not sure that really helps, honestly. With because your value going from 1 Han to 2 Han for Pinfu is like worth significantly less than the value of winning this hand.
Right.
Because
But
like the hand's
yeah.
already worth 3,500, so what's an extra 1,000 points, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you get a Patsumo Ura or something and get a Mangan out of it, like, you know, I'll eat my words. But
Right.
I think gonna try the 5/8 Mon weight again, and it kind of looks like Andreas has half of it.
Yeah. Indeed. Yeah, I think no one else has anything. So 3/5 mon, 1/8 mon.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do think it's possible if Andreas starts getting good draws. Yeah, we're gonna see the push. Gonna hold on. He's gonna hold on to the 1-2 pin here because he's actually Ishanten for Itsu,
I see.
but can also just go for the Chinitsu. Like 2 pin at least is not a bad tile to push. 1 pin looks pretty
Right.
bad. 1 pin looks pretty bad. Usually when you see like an early 5 pin like that, like 1-4 and 6-9 are your problem ranges.
Oh, 7 pin.
Yeah, I think if you get Tenpai though, you can definitely justify pushing a 7 pin.
Right.
The thing is that the Wonso is like stuck in Julian's hand, so the Itsu is pretty hard to get. Andreas kind of struggling to find safe tiles, but also just kind of like chilling. Doesn't really have anything, like, has no interest probably in pushing 5/8 Mon.
Right.
Oh, Andre draws the 2 Mon, does decide to push the 7 pin. Meanwhile, Pio, I haven't really looked at Pio's hand, but it looks like it's kind of just been
It's a
dismantled.
mess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just been dismantled.
Yeah. The only person that has the pushing intention is probably Andre.
Yeah, and Andre is just kind of like because he's priced in. Oh,
Wait.
there's
Oh,
does-
he needs to.
Yep. No, it's just the Itsu right now, but is Tenpai on 3 pin.
Oh, he ate. Oh, I thought he ate the Forso. Never mind.
Yeah, I thought it was Forso as well. Actually,
Okay.
it definitely messed me up there for a little bit.
Okay, 3 pin.
3 pin is by no means safe to the Ricci. However, it we do see
Galvin
one.
Sumo too.
Yeah, we see one in Pio's hand. There's 3 in the wall. 3 pin in general, a noted good tile. Oh, 2 in the wall.
Right.
Or sorry,
Where-
there were.
Where are the 5/8s? Still 4 in the wall. Oh no, Pio drew the last 8. So 3/5 mon in the wall, including the red 5.
Yep. 5/8 just not a good way for Julian. Punished him last hand.
Does the Pio has anything safe? 6 pin. Okay.
Oh, 6 pin goes out. That does create Suji.
Pio has a 3/6, so
Yeah, that's true. But if
Yeah.
someone else were to 3 Mon, that's a rough push to make. But I mean, you gotta do it if you gotta
Yep.
do it.
Homba,
hand is
big
worth
Homba.
His hand is worth so many points if you're Andre. It's worth
Right.
5,000 plus the fact that you're
Yep.
dealer. Oh, that's gonna be the sumo. Not the red 5, but that's gonna be a lot of Ricci sticks picked up and an Uradora for Julian. So Ricci, sumo, Ura
Blah.
does lose out on some points for not being Pinfu. But not a whole lot, about the
Not
half
much.
a hot.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, one of those where I think he may have just tunneled on I'm supposed to I'm supposed to be able to reach you so that I can con the 3-so, right? Because you get more foo out of it. But forgot that you get Pinfu.
But he's smart, so
Yep, it all works out. Just
Yep.
if he ends up losing this game by just a few points, something to look back at. Anyway, it does take us into South 2. Pio sitting in third place here. I immediately look at Julian's hand and then wow it again. But it is gonna be a 5 Mondora here.
Okay. Another juicy Dora.
Yeah, Pio's hand does not have any, nor does it have any red 5s, but does look like it could just be potentially quick. It really just depends on if the Monzu fill at all.
Right.
Julian's hand touched on it briefly, but it does look pretty nice.
Yeah.
Needs to find one
shocking,
more. Yeah, just one more block. Ooh, the 3-so is a pretty good float for it. Andreas's hand not really doing much.
Well,
we're
if he
honest.
drew the red 5-man, that
Yeah,
changes.
yeah. Like Hakudora here is like fine, but you do
Yeah.
kind of want to get more, especially because you don't have that many hands left. Well, not what you're looking for sure.
Mhm.
Andre's hand definitely very clunky. Not really a whole lot going on. 3-so draw definitely helps though. Maybe like a 1-2-3 Sanshoku.
Yep. No one is holding 5-man in their hand.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
never
only
mind.
see.
Pio has one.
Yeah,
Pio
so
just
we
got
only
one.
see 2 of the 6 Dora. Usually 7 Dora, but obviously this time it was the double Dora.
Right.
Very nice looking Rinshan 10 for Julian. Just needs to connect to either the Pinzu shape or one of the Sozu tiles. Ooh, that is
Oh.
9. So it's very interesting draw here if you're Julian. I really like playing out the 3-so there because now you get a Rinshan
same.
Tenpai even if you draw 3-6 pin. Don't necessarily need to lock the pair there, and when you can get more pairs to Tenpai. And also you can keep a 3-sided weight. Ooh, that one I'm a little bit interested in because, it is the door indicator.
Right.
But Julian is in first place, so I think taking the widest Ishantan possible is probably in his best
Agreed.
interest. So naturally, this is going to be the red 5-1.
Right. Oh, Pio's also Ishanting when I danced around.
Pio Ishantan already, yeah, and potential for 4-5-6 Sanshoku.
Yup.
We'll see if he cheese for it. I don't think he will. You can't cheat the
Yeah.
3-pin for it. It's like the weight's bad regardless, right?
Right.
So see which Ishantan hits first. Andreas is slowly but surely progressing forward. Now has potential for Ipeco. Also has four pairs. Oh, that's gonna be the Tenpai here. Oh wow, takes the 3-6 pin weight
Okay, interesting.
instead of the 3-sided weight.
I
All right,
mean,
so
it gives us more Kong opportunities.
true. We did see that he was a big fan of that last hand.
Yeah.
But I think this is 2 hands in a row now where, potentially the Tenpai that was chosen not optimal. May end up costing him. But like just because 5, 6, 8 is more tiles doesn't mean that it'll win.
Right.
Doesn't mean that it'll win or lose. 3-pin is a good tile. It'll come. It'll help. This is really not what you want to see if you're the rest of the table, though. A preemptive Riichi from first place.
No, well, Pio pushed that 8-pin.
Yep. Pio, I don't think there's any world in which he deals in at the moment.
Right. Oh, Ipeco
because
for Andres.
Andreas, yep. So Ishanten for Andreas as well.
Yeah.
Can pawn the Haku and just try to pick up some points. No
Yeah.
Dora. But 2K is 2K. But also Chito Ishanten. So could get like a greedier fight. 3-6 pin very
Ooh, that's interesting draw.
Okay, decides he's just gonna push it. I think 7-mon maybe looks a little bit better on the board.
Right.
Just from the fact that Andreas has so many of those upper Manzu. Pio also still just pushing. 7-pin gets drawn. We do see that Pio did push a 6-0. Wait, is Pio? Yeah, so Pio did push a 6-0, so maybe he would have chosen to push that 6-0 anyway, even if it wasn't the Riichi tile.
Right.
2-so I think it's a pretty justifiable push. It's not any better. It's not any worse than anything you've pushed to this point. Playing behind the early 3-so is fine by me.
Yeah, but it's the third row now, so I wonder.
Yeah, I think like this 2-so is more of a question like, are you actually willing to push the 8-mon at this point?
Right.
And there's gonna be the sumo. Yep, rewarded.
Oh, 4-man. Okay.
Oh, missed the Ura on the 6-0.
I know if it's 6-0, I'm like, Ula-san, that would be.
No. Oh, yeah. But like, I mean, if he had taken the 5-6 8-so weight,
Okay.
could have at least had Ura 1. Maybe Ura 2 on PO. Yeah, but that's going to take us into South 3 with Julian now having a pretty commanding lead.
Right.
Pretty difficult to do anything as for both Pio and Andres. They no longer have a deal. Their biggest looks right now is to try to sumo something big on Julian's deal.
Right. If Julian's able to secure this Oya hand, then he would be sitting at a very comfortable lead.
Yeah, and remember for Julian's team, they're only 5 points down from PO's team, so they're unless
Right.
something ridiculous happens, they're definitely going to be keeping top 4 after tonight.
Right.
But they're also only about 70 points down from the FalKANs. So if results were to hold, we would have a new third place team
You're
after
right. Yeah.
quite a. And honestly, like from what I can tell, it's been quite a while since anyone besides the FalKANs, the Sours, and the Triad have been in the top 3.
Right. It's 2, 3, 4 are pretty close at this point.
Yes. The problem is that 1 isn't.
Yeah, it's too far. Yeah.
But you know, with the playoff at the end, anything is possible.
Right.
See it all the time in M League. The teams, most of the M League champions have actually finished the regular season at 6th.
Yeah. Okay, that's an interesting stat.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, but you know, that's Mongo. Looks like anyway. In terms of what's actually going on in front of us, Julian's deal hand doesn't look terrible. Not a little bit slow, but you know, just needs 1 or 2 good draws, and he's gonna be quite happy. Has the Dora, but not guaranteed to use it. Pio pushing a Kokoshi. Looking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 types in a pair.
Yeah, that's pushable. I definitely.
Certainly not bad.
Uh,
Andreas has a really nice looking hand here, finally. I'm gonna go ahead and take the widest Ishantan possible. Definitely
Right.
the earliest he's been Ishantan. Could see agreed for Dorotanki here. How would
Right.
Dorotanki play out for him? We see
Same.
only one of them. We see 2 of them, but one's in Andreas' hand, of course. Ooh,
Yeah.
red 5, so
Ooh,
that's interesting.
that's it. Oh.
Because you don't necessarily want to lose Tempai on
Oh.
3 so
Okay.
draw, right? Because the Ricci is rarely good on 3 so draw as well, so you don't really want to lose that.
I don't think 3 so draw 3 so wait is not bad. Not even
Especially with the
bad.
red 5 cut, a lot of times the red 5 makes 3s and 7s more likely to deal in.
Mm.
Because you wouldn't cut the red 5 from a 4-5-5 or a 5-5-6 shape.
Right.
So people that know that theory will play 3s and 7s as if they're safe when they see a red 5 cut and deal into exactly shapes like this.
Well, yeah, Andre's best draw is definitely 1 so the Dora draw is.
Yeah. Hio's Kokoshi's kind of chugging along. It does have 2 pairs in it, but does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, still just 9 types, but you know, it's probably not
What
going to
makes
happen, but like, you never know.
It's easy for him to fold regardless. So.
Yeah. Definitely gonna fold out to any Ricci here. No real reason to risk anything. 3 so comes out.
1, 3 so being cut.
Andre's hand is also like Rian Shanten, but can palm the Chun. The problem is the Chun's hard to get. Never mind.
Ooh, now ponying it.
No, decides not to. Interesting. Maybe trying to get more value, trying to see if he can run down first place.
Right.
That's gonna be the Ricci. Oh, the Dorotanki Ricci.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
Yep, and it's 2 tiles in the wall.
Yep.
No open Ricci, you know. But hey, it's something.
I mean, Lichi Dora-san. Let's see.
There are still 2 walled. Very, very possible.
Yeah.
I did Ipatsumo a very cursed 1 so myself this past weekend. So maybe this is where all the energy's been going.
Ooh, definitely cursed.
Nope, unfortunate. But, you know, still out there. Still possible. Andre, for now, just going to play out the Chun. Could try to get back to a Tanya Tenpai, but no real reason to risk anything. Same thing here with Pio. Just going to fold
Julian
out for
also
this Kokoshi.
folded.
Yeah, played East. No real reason to risk anything from first place into last place. Dealing. Julian is still Ishanten, though.
Yep.
Honestly, the way things have been going for for Andreas tonight, if I got Tenpai, I might just open Chase, just because, like, what's, like...
Right.
Like, his
If
flow is so bad. His flow is so bad. The problem is that Pei is really bad here. Or, sorry, not Pei, South, Non.
Yeah.
It is the double wind for Andreas is definitely something he could try to wait on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have we seen any of the chickens drawn? We have not.
Nope.
If they get drawn, they're obviously not coming out, but...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
the nice thing about
the
nice thing about Dorotanki Ricci is it takes away any and all suspense of it getting dealt into unless someone chases. Like no one's gonna cut a 1 so here.
Yep, still no chicken.
All right. What are the odds that both of them are in the dead wall?
Well,
That seems about
thinking
right
about Andre's flow, I don't know.
that
I
seems about
can't.
right for tonight. By the way, Andre is also Chito Ishanten. I noticed, honestly, just noticing because he
Oh,
just pushed.
yeah, 275. Okay.
Yep, 2 months, 7 month, 5 month. Would just be
Yeah.
be Chitoy, but like if you can get a direct hit on, or not a direct hit, but like a big sumo on this hand, that is your way of getting first in this game.
Right.
So I
See.
definitely do not think that pushing the Chito here is a bad idea, but at the same time, if you deal in, which like obviously you can't know what Andreas is waiting on, but if you do deal in, you have to be prepared to be dropping into third and potentially even fourth if it's a
Right.
Mongon. So I think with that in mind, the Chito here is a very high risk, mid reward, but at the same time, the Kaibros are in a lot of trouble standings
Yeah.
wise. So
That seemed like he decided to fold.
yep. Sometimes you keep
Yeah.
just like praying to pair like these awful tiles that you're drawing, and that just keeps not happening. But Forso does come out, so you can just push that
Becomes
now.
Suji, yeah. The ones
Yeah,
become Suji, but it's not coming. No one's
yeah.
playing
Like
it.
no one's cutting Shompai Dora,
No.
even if it is Suji.
Yeah, agreed.
Still too walled though.
Oh my god,
I am very,
Andres, please.
I'm very ready for them both to be dead walled,
No.
just because it's funny.
Okay, okay. How many draws did I have? 2 more?
Yep, 2 more.
Oh,
Still no one so. 6 tiles left. Still no one so.
oh my god, Andres.
Andreas being the south seat, unless something changes, does have the Haite.
Let's see.
So maybe it's just all a ruse, and this is just we're waiting for the Baimon.
Nope, that's not the chicken. Okay.
No chi. No one could have called that. No one can call that one, of course. So now we'll see if Julian has it in him to change the Hote. No.
5-1, no.
Corso? Nope.
Oh,
And they're both dead walled.
oh my god, come on. That's also sad to see.
I mean, what can you do? Like, you tried. I mean, like, your last place, you got to create value however you can. It's definitely the correct play. It's just,
Agreed, yeah.
correct doesn't really work in Mahjong.
Right.
Anyway, we are into all last. And one thing that's important to note about all last is just what your overtake conditions are. The only way that Julian loses first is if Pio or Andre Sumo Baimon, or if he deals into a Hanuman.
Right.
Because and it's like it wouldn't even be guaranteed for Pio on the Baimon, but there are 2,500 points up for grabs with the stick of Mahomba.
I see.
For Andreas, obviously he's just going to keep winning, or he's going to attempt to just keep winning as much as he can. But
Right.
again, his high play just does not look that good. Does have a Hakudora. We'll see if he can make something happen with that.
Yeah.
For Andre, I mean, yeah, Baimon Sumo is pretty rough, but securing second place, especially when his team has had this rough of a season, not so bad.
Yeah, 2
And
second place is not bad, yeah.
Yeah, and for Pio, just needs literally any win. Like even a Nomi is enough because of the 2,500 points that they'll actually. Yeah, because it'll be 3,500 points minimum. We can see Pio's reflection there in his watch as he refuses to show us his hand. As it looks quite good.
Julian's hand here are pretty good as well.
Yeah, 3 pairs, potential for like a Junchan or a Sanj. No, probably not a Sanj, but like a Junchan,
Yeah.
Ipeko. Ooh, one so draw.
Oh.
Okay. The problem is
Okay.
actually just Ishanten Ishanten at the moment, yes, but it can really only be Nomi.
Right, and I wouldn't
Yeah,
like
you
Lychee
really
here,
yeah, you
right?
really want a Damable Tempa here if you're Julian.
Right.
But honestly, if you give me a 1 pin, 2 pin weight this early, I'm probably just gonna take it and just try to pick up more
True.
points for my team. Pio has 2 red 5s. Is Rianchanten himself actually just needs to connect to the red 5 mon and find a fill in for that Pinzu shape that he's hiding. Andreas does cut the Dora. Just feels it's too slow. His hand is slowly coming together, but doesn't really look
I'm
like he can do
just
anything.
looking to win anything for Lianchang.
Tanya's really like all he's got, it looks like.
Yeah.
And as soon as the door gets cut, Andre draws one, decides to hold on to it for a little bit. Yo, stop being left-handed.
It's hard to
Move.
see. Yeah.
Alright, 1-2 pin comes out. Still nothing for Julian.
Mm-mm.
Can really be looking like would be quite happy to draw like 8 mon or 9 mon. Get
Mhm.
like the potential for the Ipeco that way.
Right.
6-0 is a pretty interesting draw for PO because like it doesn't really help, but like it looks good.
Yeah.
I think if you're PO, you're definitely looking to Chia 7 pin here and just like move towards Tanyao. But you really all aren't gonna be like sad about reaching if you do draw a Tenpai, even though you do have to cut a red 5.
Right. Like second place for either team for either Linshan and Penguins are not bad.
Yeah, like if PO can get second place here, he's going to hold top 5 and have a very, very reasonable chance. Or actually, I think even a third here is going to hold 5th because he's got a 50-point gap on the Yakumen in 6th.
Ah, I see. Okay.
But you know, definitely winning this hand would be the way to look. Oh, but that 6-1 draw that I missed while I was top of the standings is absolutely fantastic for him.
Yep, now you guarantee. Well, not guarantee good way, but guarantee Tanyo.
Yeah, guaranteed Tanya, 2 Dora. Pick up a lot of extra points on top of. Oh, and gonna go ahead and chi this. I do like this chi, so it does not progress his Shanten. However, it does make his weight better. Now
Yeah.
he needs a 2-5 pin instead of a 7 pin Kanchan. And that 7 pin being paired in Andre's hand is just icing on the cake. What have we drawn here? We've drawn a 1-mon out for Julian. Still just trying to get Senpai. I can't imagine this late he's actually going to reach.
Right. No.
Same. Andreas has finally made his way to Ishanten. It will just be Tanya Nomi if he does get it, but like if he gets it closed, he could get the red 5 mon. He could just get Ricci.
Mm.
Various things are possible. 3-pin, not a particularly useful tile, but like it's something, you know, just another tile to potentially connect to, make one of the Kanchans better. Andre's hand I haven't really looked at a ton, but it's like Rian Shanten, but it's also just like really refusing to let go of that Dora. And
Right. It's also
Dora,
Tanyo though. You can
yeah.
also yeah.
Oh, it's a good draw for Andreas.
Yeah, this is definitely a good draw.
Yep. Now Tenpai on 5 mon as well as 3-pin, 2-so, and 1-4-7 pin.
Yep.
Of course, the 1 pin is quite sad, but you know what can you do?
Did Julian draw?
I
Is that
die.
Tenpai? What?
I can't. It is Tenpai. Is he deciding whether or not to repeat this?
Oh, okay, Ipeco chance. Then
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Mhm, Dama,
Yeah, very, very clear Dama. Maybe just worried about dealing into PO, but honestly, dealing into PO is not bad. Oh,
Oh, Andre.
Andreas immediately draws the 3-pin. Or draws the red 5-pin, which allows him to chain to the 5-pin palm the Tenpai, which is way better than the 3-pin. And of
Yeah.
course, it's the turn that Julian gets the Damable Tenpai.
Yep.
Unfortunate. Brutal night for Andreas. I think he got like one Tenpai I think he got like 2 Tenpais the entire night, and one of them was for Nomi. That was the one that he happened to win.
Yeah. Okay, that does change the standing. The destroyer will overtake the penguins.
Yeah, the Destroyers are quite happy with how tonight went. Obviously, the first game, they didn't really want to see the Penguins run it up that much, but like the whole, I believe that's actually going to be them getting 3rd place here.
Oh yeah. See.
And that'll be the FalKANs following all the way down to about plus 30.
Yeah.
Which just like a week ago, just like a little bit ago, they were over 200.
Right. Did Pew get 3rd? Right.
Yes, PO did in fact get 3rd. So it's like it's not as good as it could be for the Penguins, but they will still be in 4th place. But they'll have only about a 30-point buffer on the Yakumen, and now have the same game count as well.
Crazy night.
Yeah, really crazy night, really brutal night for Andreas. It looks like it was just kind of all the Pio and Julian show, and then Andre kind of came out of left field at the end of that first game to snipe as many points as possible.
Right.
But anyway, I believe that is going to do it for us. On behalf of everyone over at Reaching Nomi, we appreciate you watching us live tonight. My name has been Max, better known as Light Pink Yoshi.
Okay, sorry. This is Melissa, also known as Wu Mei-chang.
And we appreciate you joining us tonight. Have a good night.
Bye.